Welcome to the third annual Women's Football Hall of Fame game here at Sunrise Mountain High School in Las Vegas, Nevada. This game was started in conjunction with the Women's Football Hall of Fame, which inducted their second class of women last night. I'm Jordan Spurgeon, joined here by Luke Sutherland.
That's
and
right.
Of course, this broadcast is brought to you by San Diego Digital Imagery. We've got Kristen and Peter Stoll here as well.
Always.
This is going to be an exciting 2019 game. The West won the first two games. This is the third year, so the East is going to look to make their first win here in the Hall of Fame game. Before we get to the coin toss, we have a special little promo video for you, so we're going to go and play that for you right now. So we are all set for the coin toss in this one, Luke. We'll start out with the captains. On the west side, we've got the linebacker Kayla Bruner from the Utah Falcons. We've got Demetria Hardiman, the defensive end. She's the owner of the Los Angeles Bobcats. She came out of retirement to come play today in this special Hall of Fame game. Then we've got running back Dina Guidry from the San Diego Surge, and then quarterback Louise Bean from the Utah Falcons. So once again, the West captains, Kayla Bruner, Demetria Hardiman, Dina Guidry, and Louise Bean.
That's right. And then on the east side, we've got quarterback Danielle Ayala of the New York Wolves, defensive tackle Latyra Gooden from Detroit, defensive end Whitney Sherrill of Carolina, and wide receiver Satoria Bell of the Boston Renegades. And we saw that promo there of how hard these teams are getting ready for this game. This isn't your average all-star game. Like, both of these teams really want to come out here and beat the other one. Obviously we're here to have fun, but both sides, just the way they were pumping each other up, how locked in they look, they want the win.
Like we said, the West has won the first two matchups. This is the third annual matchup. The East is going to look to come out. Real quick, we'll kind of be talking about these names throughout the games at different points here. We want to congratulate the 2019 Women's Football Hall of Fame inductees, Stacy Agee, Jane Brinkman, Elizabeth Dillow, Andra Douglas, M.D. Ferguson, Misty Findley, Rasan Gore, Kenyetta Grigsby, Dina Guidry, who's playing in this game, Demetria Hardiman, who's also playing in this game, Chelly Hewitt, Lisa Horton, Cameron Marks, Nenji Martin, Tiffany Matthews, Jody Raylander, Emily Sundberg, Hiroko Suzuki, Christina Tella, Chanel Tillman Brooks, and the media honor goes to BJ Coletta. So once again, congratulations to all the 2019 Women's Football Hall of Fame.
Yeah, huge
inductees.
Congrats. Of course, we know Nenji. Big congratulations to Nenji Martin. But some of the other names you mentioned, we'll be seeing their post-Hall of Fame kind of debut here. So that's really cool to see. Congratulations to those women.
So they're getting set for the coin toss here. We'll see who wins this coin toss and elects to receive the ball first.
So this game, some of the states that these teams are coming from, we've got Cleveland, we've got Boston, Texas, Utah, the Rocky Mountains. This is talent from all over the country coming here to Vegas today to give us some good football. And it looks like the winner has been decided.
And real quick, too, out there for the coin flip, Samantha Smith was the president of the Utah Falcons, an event organizer and general manager, team mom for both the East and the West, so she was out there. And Tanya Bashford, the former GM of the Utah Falcons, was as well.
And then, of course, the head coaches for both sides. Rick Rasmussen, head coach for the West. He is the Utah Falcons coach when he's not coaching the Hall of Fame game. And then on the East side, Ebony Kimbrough of the Carolina Queens. And the Utah Falcons, we're going to see a lot of players from that squad tonight. I think I counted close to 10 on the west side. They've got talent for sure. I think you've seen them play before, too.
Yeah, the Utah Falcons have been one of the better teams in women's football as of late. Before we talk about them, though, let's pause for the national anthem, which will be sung by Nakayla Bryant from Chattanooga, Tennessee. So that was Nikayla Bryant singing the national anthem. Great job there by Nikayla. She's the daughter of East player Starlisa Horton. As we get set for kickoff now, as we reset here, my name's Jordan Spurgeon. I'm joined here with Luke Sutherland bringing you this game. Kickoff time, temperature is going to be 57 degrees here in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's a little bit chilly out here in Las Vegas. We had a little bit of sprinkles before. We'll see if the rain decides to hold off for this game or not.
Yeah, drizzling a little before we got up here. Definitely cold for us California boys, but we've got people from all over the country. Got some Minnesota guys up here too. They're probably loving this weather. So yeah, just really cool seeing all these people from all over the country coming together here in Vegas tonight.
So down on the field, we see the East and the West getting set, coming out of their huddles now, trying to get hyped for this one as they go out and have fun.
Oh yeah,
in the Hall of Fame game in 2019.
Trust me, the way that they were getting at each other, I mean, most of these players haven't played with each other, but it seemed like a team that's been playing together for years. They were just encouraging each other, not afraid to yell at each other when they made mistakes. This is definitely going to be some smash mouth football.
Yeah, one of the beauties of women's football is it's grown so much over the last few years or so, and a lot of these girls have played together, especially in the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference,
right.
Moving around in different locations. You know, some of the players have been stationed in different areas, whether they're in the Marines or not, or just moving around the country. But anyways, the East is going to receive the ball first in this one. The opening kickoff will be coming down from the West. The kicker is Maggie Campbell for the West Hall of Fame team.
We've got Satoria Bell back to receive the kick, but it's a short one.
And the kick is going to go out of bounds. Not the way that the West wanted to start this game. The flag is out. Ball bounces out before the 40-yard line, so we'll see where they end up having to spot this. I know normally when it goes out of bounds, you get the ball at the 40-yard line, so we'll see where they're going to spot it now.
Yeah, this might have worked in their favor at least a little. Like you said, it has to go to the 40. Refs immediately have some work to do in this one.
So we're set for this game now. There is no clock operator, so we're going to do our best to try to keep track of time in our heads. We'll update everybody on what the quarter is and whatnot. We've got those graphics ready as well. So here we go. The Eastern Conference coming out first on offense. Starting quarterback for the East, number 14, Danielle Ayala, looks to take this team down the field and get on the board first in this one.
That's right.
Come out in the shotgun formation. Danielle steps back to pass, and it does fall incomplete. Number 1 there for the West, Liz Landry in coverage to force that incompletion. 2nd and 10.
Good job by Liz there. Starting quarterback Danielle Ayala, she is a member of the New York Wolves, led them to the playoffs their very first season as a team this year. So she's got plenty more to prove after this. Great first year. And interesting, they put the ball where it was kicked out of bounds. So
yeah, like we said, normally you get the ball at the 40-yard line when it goes out of bounds. So now we've got 2nd and 10 here. They come back out in the shotgun formations, 2 receivers on the far side, and they're going to run the ball this time. The handoff goes, and she's going to be brought down for a gain of about 2 yards.
That was number 22, Jamie Locke. She is listed as fullback on the roster, but looks like she's going to get some carries in the backfield tonight, not only blocking.
Yeah, starting fullback Jamie Locke from the Music City Misfits. That's going to set up 3rd and about 7 now for the Eastern team here. And they're going to come out once again, 1 back in the backfield, 2 backs in the backfield. We've got Locke now in at fullback, and they're going to still be in the shotgun formation as well. And we do have a timeout by the officials. And that timeout was taken by the East, so already having to burn a timeout early in this game, trying to make sure they can get the ball rolling. You don't want to go 3 and out on your first drive, right, Luke? Right,
no, exactly. I mean, especially in a game like this where you don't have much rapport with your receivers at all. A 3rd down, it's already, a 3 and out is already enough of a mental toll. So in a game where you're really trying to figure out your chemistry, I think it's even bigger.
I think my favorite thing so far that I see that I really love, and this is just the football nerd in me, is that all the players are wearing their team's helmets. I love that. Sometimes you see all-star games of different sports where, not so much anymore, but in the older days you would see, a certain, East-West helmet. But now we've got, South-North helmet or whatever it ended up being. They're wearing their team helmets. I think that's really, really cool. and you get to see the different teams around women's football. Because I think a lot of people out there might not even know just how many teams there are. There really is a lot of teams if you look through the lists.
Yeah, exactly. And you kind of get to see the dominance, too. I mean, you look at the West Island, all these blue helmets on the opposite side, so much orange. So it just shows who's representing these two squads. But, yeah, I like it. It's the Pro Bowl way of doing it. It's an all-star game.
All right, it's coming out of the timeout by the East. 3rd and 7 now. East trying to get their first down of the game. Come out with one backfield in the one running back in the backfield, and they are going to drop somebody outside. We get the flag. We'll see what the call is there. We'll see if she was baited.
Yeah,
This might go up against the West.
Looks like the West jump, but they're pleading their case, which you always do in this situation. You never know what the refs saw.
So that could be a huge break for the East here.
Oh, yes.
And they are going to move the ball forward. So that's going to set up 3rd and short now. So now you go from 3rd and 7 to about 3rd and 2. And now that totally changes the game plan. We've seen them only come out in the shotgun formation so far. We do see Danielle Ayala. She did go off the field to get the play call, so she's running back on. We'll see what they want to call now. 3rd and 2 for the East. We've already seen them use their fullback, Jamie Locke. Let's see if she gets involved here for the power run game to set up a first down.
I was thinking Locke, this kind of opens it up. You can take advantage of that more. We'll see what they do here.
So here we go, 3rd and 2, shotgun formation, Locke in the backfield, and she's going to hand the ball off. She's going to try to get to the outside, and she is going to get the first down and more. She's going down the sidelines, and she's going to be brought down just around the 23-yard line. The carry there by number 10, Ken Gabriel for the East. So big play for Ken Gabriel there. And the East team, you see here on the replay, she's going to get the handoff in the backfield out of the shotgun formation. And she's going to take off down the sidelines. Great blocks there by the offensive line. She stiff arms one tackler, and once she gets open field, she has the speed to get past number 1 there, and then finally she gets brought down inside the 25-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, that speed, that lateral quickness, that side of the field being as open as it was, that was deadly. I think, yeah, the West has a lot of adjustments to make as far as Ken Gabriel. Super impressive first run.
He's back on the shotgun, 1st and 10. They're going to hand the ball off again. She bobbles it, but she does hold on to the ball and is going to get down the sidelines. Key block there. We might have a block in the back call. We'll see what the call is. If not, she will be close to the first down, but still just shy. The handoff there was to number 13, Nene Coley.
That's right.
For the East.
I figured this was going to happen. So Nene Coley is lined up as a defensive back on the depth chart.
There, not to interrupt you, Luke, is going to go up against the offense.
Yeah,
so that play will be brought back now.
That's a rough one. That'll bring him back like you thought. But yeah, she's listed as defensive back. Got a carry early on. I have a feeling that's going to happen a lot throughout this game. People at different positions people are going to be playing multiple positions throughout this game.
So that's going to put him back 10 yards now. So 1st down and 20 at around the 35-yard line now for the East. They've got some ground to make up after that penalty in the backfield. So they come out now, 2 backs in the backfield, 1 fullback, 1 running back. Shotgun formation again, tight formation. They're going strong. And they get the snap to number 2 there. She's going to take it herself. She gets a key block, and she's going to get all the way back towards the 25-yard line and get him back to possibly 2nd and 10. There is a flag on the play.
Really nice 10-yard run there by Tranisha Hamlin. We'll see what the flag says, but she is a quarterback, so she could have used her arm there, but she decided to go with the legs. It looked like a designed run, and she took full advantage.
Yeah, they come out in the power formation there. Obviously, you get extra blockers, you get the fullback, you get the tight ends in close, the receivers going for blocks. Right off the bat, they knew they were going to be running. And so that is going to up against the West. So it's a face mask against the West. That's going to keep it at 1st down now. It's a 10-yard penalty. So it would have been 2nd and 10. Is now going to be 1st and 10, and they're going to move the chains.
That's right. The 10 yards plus the face mask, kind of like football's end one. That was
a big break for them. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. They come out empty backfield, and she's going to get the snap here. She's looking, and it's actually a run. It's a run, and she's going to get her way into the end zone. Touchdown for the East. Wow, that was a great play call. Fooled me. I was looking at the quarterback. But there we go, number 22 for the East, Jamie Locke, the fullback, keeps the ball herself and gets into the end zone for the East.
Jamie Locke again. I mean, Jordan, you were not the only one. I was sitting there wondering, why is Danielle kind of just standing there? And then all of a sudden, Jamie Locke runs her way into the end zone.
So that makes the score 6-0 now early in the first quarter. First drive of the game for the East. They got the ball first, and they drive downfield. A couple big penalties against the West there really helped them out as we await the extra point attempt here.
This is Lisa Hartzog. She coaches soccer in Florida, so she's very used to the kicking. So
Lisa here, the snap is up. She kicks it, and It is good.
Clean.
The point after attempt is good. That makes it 7-0 East here early in the first quarter. Like we said earlier, there is no game clock up here. They're keeping track on the field, so we're trying to do our best as far as keeping time. As we see here on the replay of the touchdown, you can see Jamie Locke just keeps it herself.
It looked like
and
she
just
took the
everybody.
snap.
I think the defensive ends kind of stopped there. They weren't sure what was going on, and then she was able to easily get her way into the end zone. So that's how the East goes up 7-0 here early in the first quarter.
It looks like she did take the snap. Honestly, great job by Danielle Ayala to kind of the acting on that. Like, we all thought that she was the one that had the ball at first, and then Jamie Locke.
That's the fun part of Hall of Fame
touchdown.
games and All-Star games. You see a little bit more trick plays that you get to run that are just kind of fun when you have so much talent together on a field that hasn't really played together, and you're able to come up with plays like that. I think it's very exciting. It gets the players super excited. It gets us broadcasters super excited.
It is.
And, of course, you fans out there as well. So the East getting set to kick the ball off here with a 7-0 lead.
That's right. All-Star game. We want points. Here's a nice kick.
That's going to be number 1, Liz Landry for the West. She takes it off the bounce, and she breaks a few tackles, cuts back inside, and she's finally going to be brought down as she carries a few defenders towards the 40-yard line. Great hard return there for Liz Landry, who plays for the Texas Elite.
Yeah, former WFA League MVP. She lines up on both sides of the ball, especially in this Hall of Fame game. I keep saying it. I think we're going to see her on both sides. She's already here returning kicks. And, yeah, like I said, former MVP, so she does it all, does it well.
So 1st and 10 for the West. Let's meet the quarterbacks. Louise Bean is the first-string quarterback, and Rachel Woods is the second-string. Both quarterbacks have been phenomenal over the last few years in women's football. So 1st and 10 now for the West, down 7-0. The East drove down the field on their first drive to score. They send number 10 in motion. They're going to get the snap here, and they are going to toss it to number 21, Dina Guidry, who's trying to get outside. She has a block. She breaks a tackle here. She carries the defender. She plows her way for a first down. So first play of the game for the West turns into a first down. The ball tossed to Dina Guidry, who does the rest for the West.
Dina Guidry setting up the San Diego Surge. We have heard that name a lot. Here she is getting the toss. That's a Bean starting at quarterback here. We've seen Guidry dominate at the professional level in San Diego, and these other East defenders are going to get a taste of that here.
Yeah, you saw there on the replay, Olivia Morgan, number 25, great job blocking there. Wasn't able to hold the block too long, but did just enough to be able to allow Dina Guidry to get upfield. So 1st and 10 now from just cross midfield now. West trying to move the ball here. Shotgun formation. And they're going to turn to the air. She tries to find Olivia Morgan. She catches the ball down the sideline. She breaks a tackle, and she's going to find her way to the end zone, almost untouched. That's going to be a 49-yard touchdown for the West. They respond in just 2 plays. Score now 7-6 as we get ready for the point after attempt.
What a catch, and great job by Louise Bean. She took a huge hit from Caprita Bell before she let that one go. And it was a great pass. I mean, obviously, huge props to Olivia Morgan for coming down with that. But
double coverage, but Olivia Morgan gets just past the defense. The ball is placed perfectly in her hands, barely has to slow down, and then she does the rest. The tacklers were only able to touch her jersey, but were not able to bring her down. So 7-6 now. The West, all of a sudden, 2 explosive plays, 2 first downs. Second first down is actually a touchdown. Couldn't ask for a better offensive start if you are the West. And the way things...
Yeah, so it looks like Caprita Bell...
And it looks like she might have actually been out of bounds here. It looks like they are going to have ruled her out of bounds. So we're actually going to have 1st and 10 at the 10-yard line. We got so caught up in that. Did not see your step out of bounds. But anyways, here we go. So 1st and 10, like I said, 2 plays, 2 first downs. So I was right in that sense now. And so they are going to come out shotgun formation here. So we've got Louise Bean at quarterback, Dina Guidry in at running back, and they're going to turn to the air again. Screen pass here. The pass is just a little bit high, intended to number 10, Julia McComas. So here's that last play before that we thought was a touchdown. So you see here, pump fakes, takes a huge hit, and then she's able to hit Olivia Morgan, who goes up, makes the catch. You can see here she's trying to get down the sidelines, and it does appear she might have stepped out of bounds there on the black lines. Great call there by the officials. So now we've got 2nd and 10.
That was a great call by the refs. They don't get to see the replay we do. So, but yeah, spot on there.
So 2nd and 10 now for the West after the attempted screen pass from Louise Bean to Julia McComas. We'll see what they draw up here. It looks like they're going to come out not in the shotgun formation this time. She's going to line up under center. We've got Guidry in the backfield, and they are going to hand the ball off. No, it's a pass fake, and she is sacked.
Huge
the ball comes
hit.
out. It looks like they are going We'll wait and see what they call here. It might be a fumble.
That did
We're
look
not
like
sure.
a fumble. Huge hit by Starlisa Horton coming down the middle. And I think it's the East ball, but we've yet to see what the refs have decided. Third
You
down.
see here. So the West does hold on to the ball. It's not a fumble. You saw there on the replay. She got off the line so quick. Nobody was able to block her on the offensive line. And right there on the blind side there, that's why the left tackle position is probably the most important position on the field that nobody talks about, because when a quarterback is going to get hit from their blind side, they can't see it, especially when they're looking downfield trying to find the end zone. So big hit there. So now we've got 3rd down and 15. They cannot get a first down. They have to find the end zone here.
Right.
If not, they'll settle for a field goal possibly. So here we go. They line up under center. This time she's going to toss it to Guidry, who gets some key blocks. She's trying to plow her way into the end zone, but she is knocked out of bounds near the 7-yard line.
And yeah, key block on that play. But the East defense just did a good enough job forcing her towards the outside. Nowhere really to run on that play. And it's not easy to stop Deanna Guidry. We, as the Rebellion announcers, can tell you that from firsthand experience. So good job by the East defense.
Yeah, Dina, who's played pretty much every position on the football field in her career, she's a force to be reckoned with. So it looks like they might come out here and go for it on 4th down. They've got about 8 yards, maybe 7 yards to go. We see Louise Bean gets the play call. She's heading back into the huddle now. So, Luke, we like the call here. 4th down early in the game. You're down 7-0.
I love it.
I think this is a great situation here. Don't settle for the field goal. It is a Hall of Fame game, and you want to tie this game up and keep it going back and forth. So here we go. They come out shotgun formation, trips on the far side of the field. Louise Bean gets the snap here. She's looking down to that side of the field. She has a receiver, and she might have just overthrown her through the hands of number 10, Julia McComas. Tough play there, but there is a flag on the play. We'll see what they're going to call here.
Yeah, I think that was a little more on McComas on that one. That was a great throw by Louise Bean.
And so that is going to be against the East, roughing the passer.
Wow.
So Louise Bean takes a big hit there. Way to step up in the pocket. Now that's going to be 1st down and goal for the Western Conference. They catch a break there.
It finally
After
paid
the missed
off.
opportunity.
She's taken 3 huge hits this drive, and finally it works in her favor.
Yeah, so far in this game, Julia McComas has been targeted twice now. Both times just through her hands, so we'll see if her and Louise Bean can get on the same page here. Moving on. So 1st down and goal inside the 5-yard line now. We've got Louise Bean who's going to line up under center, Dina Guidry in the backfield, and number 18, Erica Meacham in at fullback. So power formation here. She's going to toss it to Guidry. Great block there by Meacham, and she's going to walk right into the end zone. Touchdown for the West. Dina Guidry on the carry. Now it is 7-6 East over the West as we get set for the point after attempt.
Yeah, great job there by Guidry. She was an Olympic trials triple jump finalist in 2000. Definitely didn't need the hops there. That was just, feet didn't even have to leave the ground. Just waltzed right in. She's such a talented back, and yeah, these other teams are really starting to get a sense of the
She's
talent of San
talented and
Diego.
she's patient. She saw the block was there for her from Erica Meacham, so she waited in the backfield, and she knew as soon as that hole was there, she was going to take it and find her way into the end zone. So here we go. They're going to kick the ball here. Maggie Campbell, the kicker for the West here. Snap is up, the kick is up, and it is good. We have a tie ball game here in the first quarter, 7-7. Both teams on their first drives drive down the field and find the end zone. It's going to be an exciting game here as we get the replay here on the touchdown. We were talking about it with Dina Guidry. You see they line up in a power formation. We mentioned Meacham. Watch the block here on the outside. She does a great job containing that defensive end, and then Guidry stays patient, cuts back inside, finds the end zone. That's how this game is now tied 7-7, Luke.
Yeah, Louise Bean, I said it before, great job on that drive. I'm sure she's going to rotate with Rachel Woods throughout this game, so for her to stay in, even though she took those big hits in an all-star game, finish the drive, that's what you really like to see from your quarterback. Utah Falcons have so much talent on this roster, and yeah, Luis is the first to highlight it here in this game.
So far, I got to praise the coaching staff. Both offensive coordinators doing a great job calling plays.
Oh, yeah.
Odessa Jenkins is the offensive coordinator for the West coaching staff. She coaches the Texas Elite Spartans, and the offensive coordinator for the East is Adam Barrett from the Nevada Storm. So both teams go down the field and score a touchdown on their opening drives. We're still here in the first quarter. We said it earlier, too. In case you're just joining us, there's no time. So the kick is up, and it's going to be batted down. She's going to take it now for herself. This is number 4 for the East. She cuts back inside, gets a few blocks. She's going to try to break down the middle of the field, and she's brought down near the 45-yard line. That is number 4, Satoria Bell from the Boston Renegades for the East now. So great field position again for the East.
Yeah. This whole game's been great field position.
So for the East here, the starting quarterback, Danielle Ayala, number 14 for the East. She plays for the New York Wolves. She is the starting quarterback for the East. So we saw her do some pretty nice things on the first drive. We'll see what they do here, Luke.
Yeah, both teams definitely got lucky with some defensive penalties, so you can't count on that. We'll see what the offense can do second drive of the night.
So far we've seen both teams like to incorporate the fullback position. We'll see if they continue to do so here. So 1st and 10 from around their own 47-yard line. She's going to line up in the shotgun formation here. Danielle Ayala with nobody in the backfield now. She's going to throw it downfield. It's going to be caught. It's going to be deflected, and it does fall incomplete. Great job in coverage there for the S, number 41, Angie Wells from the Cali War. For the East, to meet some other starters on the offense. The receivers now, Satoria Bell, Brianna Haynes, Marcy Van Hartsveld, and Simone Wright. Those are your starting receivers for the Eastern team.
Yeah, Satoria Bell had a huge height advantage over her defender on that one, but great job by Angie Wells blocking that. Angie Wells has already competed against some of the top track athletes in the world, so it's really nothing to switch here to the top athletes on the football field.
Using her speed there. 2nd and 10 now from their own 47-yard line. The East gets set here. Shotgun formation. Nobody in the backfield, and she's going to keep it herself this time. And she's going, this is a running back here, and she's going to get a first down before finally being brought out of bounds. That is Ken Gabriel, the running back, getting the direct snap and getting a first down.
Ken Gabriel, that's 44 yards on 2 carries.
So for the West on defense, some of the starters here: Mercedes Tyler at outside linebacker, Casey Cornish at outside linebacker, Renika Ayesi at inside linebacker, Kayla Bruner, one of the captains, at inside linebacker, Angie Wells at corner, Liz Landry, the two-way player, at corner, and we'll get the other one here in a second. So first down now at the 40-yard line for the East after that first down by Ken Gabriel with the direct snap out of the backfield. The running back already with 2 big runs in this game for the East. We'll see if they utilize her more as we get this game rolling. So still in the first quarter here, 1st and 10 for the East. Got a fullback lined up in the backfield. They're going to send number 8 in motion. She's going to get the snap here. She's going to turn to the air, screen pass, and she's going to have nowhere to go. And she does break 2 tackles in the backfield. She's going to pick up a first down here, or be marked just shy. So Satoria Bell is being targeted early and often in this game, doing some work there on the screens. Looked like she was going to be back. She was going to be down back in the backfield.
Yeah.
She breaks 2 tackles there and gets upfield.
No, that was really impressive. I mean, there wasn't much speed involved or anything. Nothing like that really blew my mind. But you can just tell the move she was making. It was just very football-esque. It was just. I was very impressed with. Didn't have to use quickness. Didn't have to use athleticism. Just pure football talent.
So anyone just tuning in, we're at the 2019 Hall of Fame game here in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm Jordan Spurgeon, joined by Luke Sutherland here, and we're here in the first quarter, 7-7 game. 2nd and short now for the East. They line up power formation in the shotgun, and it's going to be a direct snap here to number 2, Trenisha Hamlin. She did this earlier. We'll see if she can beat this block here. She's having trouble getting to the outside. She's almost brought down to the backfield and then finally forced out of bounds, shy of the first down. So Trenisha Hamlin gets the direct snap, 2 drives in a row, tries to get something going this time. But the defensive front for the West did a great job keeping her in the backfield.
I'm interested to see where that goes with her, because Trenisha is one of the 3 quarterbacks for the East, but both her runs were definitely designed.
So speaking of the defensive line, they're doing a great job here. Demetria Hardema, Nicole Tank Verdon, Brianna Garrell, and Tina Tella. Those are some of the defensive line starters for the West. We saw them there break the backfield on that play, doing a great job here early on, getting pressure on the East. So we are going to have 3rd and short here now for the East. It's going to be about 3rd and 4. There was a flag on the field, but they are going to say no penalty now, and it was a loss of yardage there. So we have a 3rd and 4 now for the East. We'll see what they come out here with.
Yeah, Ayala's still the starter. We've seen Trenisha run, but Cassandra Brown hasn't come in yet.
So here we go, 3rd down for the East. Come out shotgun formation. They're going to keep it. The fullback's going to keep it herself, and she's immediately brought down. The West doesn't fall for it this time. Ball is loose on the ground.
You can only do
and
the
they blew
same
the
play.
whistle before it came out, so it is a loss in the backfield.
Yeah, you can only do the same play so many times, especially if it scores a touchdown the play before. They'll be waiting for that.
So that
one.
play was blown dead. False start against the East. That's going to push them back even further. 3rd and long now for the East. Once again, everybody, just in case you're tuning in, this stream is brought to you by San Diego Digital Imagery at SDDI Videos. Anything you need from video, pictures, editing, anything like that of the sorts, be sure to hit up San Diego Digital Imagery at SDDI Video.
That's right. You will not be disappointed.
Kristen Stoll, Peter Stoll, they're hardworking. They'll do anything they can to get you what you need. So here we go. Getting near the end of the first quarter here. At least that's what my internal clock is telling me. So 3rd and 9 now for the East. They come out shotgun formation now. The West looking to get a stop here. We just had a false start against the East. It was 3rd and 4. Now we get 3rd and 9. Here we go. They're going to get the snap. It's going to be number 10 once again. Ken Gabriel keeping it for herself with the direct snap, but she's going to be pushed out of bounds and brought down short of the first down. So Ken Gabriel, they're really trying to get her involved. She's from the Arlington Impact. And so far, they really want to use her athleticism early in this game.
Yeah, experience is an understatement. She's played football since Pop Warner, so this is nothing new to her, and we've seen it so far. Just only 3 carries, and she's already got 50 yards rushing.
So it looks like they are going to try to go for it here. It's about 4th and 6 for the East. We'll see if they try to get it back to Ken Gabriel.
I love it. All-star game, good enough position. The punter really...
Not a great day to be a punter, for sure. You're not going to get too much work. So 4th and 6 now for the East. She's going to get the snap here. She's looking through the air, and it's going to be a screen pass, but she's brought down to the backfield. We're going to have a turnover on downs. That pass was caught by Nene Coley from Danielle Ayala, and she is brought down there by number 56, Renika Ruckert from the Utah Falcons. Here we see on the replay, great job here. So they set up the screen pass. They try to get something going on 4th down here. Renee read that play perfectly. No block there. She hits her in open field, brings her down right away. Turnover on down, so West ball here in the first quarter.
That was a huge one, and something I noticed right away. She took the helmet off to celebrate, and no flag. So either they just, it's an all-star game, we'll let it pass, or she just got lucky with the rules there.
Everyone wants to have fun out there, so they get the ball at their own 40-yard line. The West comes out. Under center is Luis Bean here, directly under center. They're going to hand the ball off to Dina Guidry here, who gets a block, and she's going to get down the sidelines before finally being brought down. She might be marked just shy of the first down. We'll see where they mark the ball, but Dina Guidry so far is running like a tractor.
This has been a running back battle. Dina Guidry
and we do have a
versus
flag
Ken Gabriel
on the field here. We might have had a hold on the outside there. There was a couple blocks there that really helped set up that play. So let's see what they call here. So we see here on the replay, they come out under center. Luis Bean, as we get the call, is a face mask against the defense, by the way. We'll see it here on the replay here. So Dina Guidry trying to go there, and yeah, it is a face mask. Actually tries to bring her down from the back there. That was on number 44, Reese Green. So now it is for sure a first down for the West. They're going to move the ball even further now into East territory.
Yeah, this has been all offense so far, which is what you expect in these kind of games, but we've also been blessed with those just great defensive plays scattered in between all this offense.
So the West now on the East 35-yard line, 1st and 10, shotgun formation. We've got 3 receivers on this side, and it is going to be a screen pass to number 32, Sarah Negri, who's going to be brought down after picking up maybe a couple yards. Let's meet the starting receivers for the West and backs. Dina Guidry, we've seen her already a lot in this first quarter at running back. Julia McComa, she's been targeted a lot at wide receivers. Sarah Hagreet, Alyssa McGinnis, and Olivia Morgan filling out the receiver spots as well for the West.
A lot of talent on this West receiving
and so we
core.
do have a player on the East down on the field right now.
Yeah, I believe it is number 22.
So that is number 22 for the East, Jamie Locke.
Big loss. I mean, obviously, you want everyone to be healthy no matter what, especially in a game like this. But Jamie Locke scored their first touchdown. She's kept their offense.
So it looks like she is up now with the training staff. Speaking of Jamie Locke, she's a medically retired military veteran, so she was in the military for a while there. She currently lives in Clarksville, Tennessee. She plays for the Music City Misfits. I love that name, by the way. Tennessee Music City Misfits.
There's some great ones.
Really like that name. So she's walking off under her own power, being helped a little bit by the training staff here. We do hope she's okay.
Yeah, totally under her own power. An injury we saw earlier, same thing, under their own power. Always great to see. Jamie Locke, also a running back coach at Azell Harding Christian School in Tennessee, so definitely going to need her healthy for their season too. A lot of coaches out here. The game has totally evolved where women football players are
living
able
and
to
breathing
step.
football
Yeah.
and doing everything they can to be involved, which is really great. So we hope Jamie Locke's okay. If we get an update, we'll let you know. So here we go now, 2nd and 8 now for the West here in East Territory, inside the 35-yard line. We've got Luis Bean into the shotgun formation.
Yeah,
With
Luis Bean.
Lucretia Lane in the backfield now. They're giving Dina Guidry a rest here. So Lucretia Lane in the backfield. She gets the carry. Nobody there to help block, but she does plow her way for a few yards. Tough woman to bring down there. It's going to bring up 3rd down now for the West.
Yeah, that was a nice run there. Obviously, I'm a little surprised we haven't seen Rachel Woods in yet at all. We've got to see her play before for the Seattle Majestics. Luis Bean has been playing this whole first quarter at quarterback. But, of course, the refs will alert us of the time, and I'm assuming next quarter we'll see a quarterback switch.
So Luis Bean joins the huddle after getting the play call from the coaching staff. 3rd and 7 for the West now inside East Territory. Score tied 7-7. We're getting late here in the first quarter. Do not know the exact time, but I know the first quarter is getting ready to come to a close. So here we go. They come out in shotgun formation. Dina Guidry back in the backfield after taking a play off on the sideline. And she gets sacked by the East. That's number 42 for the East. Jody Raylander from the Minnesota Vixen. Look at the replay here, Luke.
Yeah, Jody.
And so
part of
Jody
that
here,
Hall of
you see
Fame.
her there on the outside of the line on the left side here. She's gonna get right into the backfield directly off the line here, right through the middle. The linebacker there does a great job. Luis Bean stood no chance. She did a great job blitzing on that play. So great play call there by the East defense. And now it's gonna be 4th and about 15 for the West. And it looks like they're going to go for it here. So, like I said, bad day to be a punter here in the 2019 Women's Hall of Fame game in Las Vegas, Nevada.
I'm assuming the kickers will also punt if necessary because there weren't even any punters on the roster. So, yeah, I think these coaches had the same idea as we did. No punters.
So here we go, 7-7 game here in the first quarter. The West trying to get a first down. 4th and 14 for the West. Luis Bean gets the snap. They're going to the air, and it's going to be
I think it's
incomplete. It's going to fall incomplete. It's going to be a turnover on downs, nearly intercepted there.
On that play, it was better to just let it drop. I mean, they get a few extra yards because of the turnover on downs. And, yeah, sometimes it doesn't fall in your favor, but it's good, like in this situation. A few extra yards for the East.
So smart play by the East there now. Both teams find the end zone on their first drives of the game and then get stuffed on their second drives. So the East getting ready to come out for their 3rd offensive drive of the game. They're going to side inside their own territory at the 37-yard line.
That's right, one of the rare occurrences where we don't see the team starting on the other team's side of the field.
Hey, it looks like our internal clock was pretty close to being right. That is the end of the first quarter. Score tied 7-7. So they're going to flip sides of the field now in a 7-7 game here at the end of the first quarter. So Jordan Spurgeon here, Luke Sutherland. This stream brought to you by San Diego Digital Imagery. You can follow them, SDDI Video. Kristen and Peter Stoll here running everything. Peter on the cameras, Kristen running these beautiful graphics. She's been working so hard on getting everything set for this game. So pretty interesting first quarter,
Yeah.
Luke. What'd you see so far from both offenses, starting with the West?
Well, the West, I mean, obviously, it's been Dana Guidry versus Ken Gabriel. Ken Gabriel had 3 carries for 49 yards. Dana Guidry on the other side has 5 carries for about 35 yards. So, I mean, first quarter, they're on pace for 100 yards each. I've just been really impressed with the running game. I very much like, sticking with the West, I very much like the plays that they were trying to run. The East actually did it too with a couple fullback fakes, but you gotta throw a little variety in. You can't keep throwing the same fakes around. So I hope we see a little more trick plays as this game goes on.
Second quarter, I think the play calling's been great so far. We'll see if the execution in the pass game for both teams can improve. So 1st and 10 now, start of the second quarter. East ball after a turnover on downs. It's going to be a pass in the backfield to Gabriel, who's going to get down the sidelines. She's got no one to beat. She has one tackle to beat, and she's forced out of bounds there.
Yeah, huge
By number
game.
4 for the West, Kayla Bruner, the captain, one of the captains for the West team. You see here the screen pass here from Danielle Ayala to Ken Gabriel here in the backfield. Great job blocking their number 4. Satoria Bell did a great job on the defense. And then you see here down the sidelines, one tackle to beat, and that is number 4, Kayla Bruner, who forces her out of bounds inside the 20-yard line.
I mean, how lucky are you as a team? You have this player that you can throw short screens to, that you can just give direct snaps to, and they're going to 10-plus yards almost every run. Ken Gabriel has been very impressive so far.
So 1st and 10 for the East after that 30-yard pickup here. And they're going to take the handoff here, and she's going to be brought down by 3
Big hit.
West defenders. Great team tackling there for the West.
Yeah, that was a huge hit led by number 4 on that play. Great job by Kayla Brunner leading the way and
that
stopping
was
these.
Monet Nene, as people call her, Nene Coley on the carry there for the East.
That's right. She has been getting reps on both sides of the ball a little more so than the other players because, yeah, we've seen her make a few good plays at DB and then a couple of runs.
That's the beauty of modern football. Anywhere you look, high school level, wherever you look, athletes play, and they play anywhere, and they're able to play anywhere. We see a lot of these women out here have played multiple positions throughout their career, and it's because they are just overall athletic, whether they have a purely football background, whether it's basketball, track, volleyball, whatever it is, they're all athletes, and so a lot of these women do a great job being able to play multiple positions on the football field. So 2nd and 10 inside the West 20-yard line now here early in the second quarter. The East looking to get something going, and we are going to have a timeout. The second timeout of the game by the East. So they have 1 timeout remaining here.
Yeah, they're using their timeouts quick here in the first half.
So the starting backs in the backfield for the East, Ken Gabriel, we've seen her get a few direct snaps and do some other great things in the backfield as well. And then Jamie Locke, who's been an X factor for them in the blocking game, who's also gotten a couple direct snaps herself. So far we've seen the East, they love giving the ball to the running backs in creative ways, not just going back and pounding the ball where you're directly under center in an I formation. They're doing a great job getting the running backs open and back in the backfield who can make plays from there.
Yeah, no, I've said it before. I really liked that fake they did to Jamie Locke. I hope they incorporate her throughout this game in a few different ways because, I don't know, the West, they're looking for those fakes, I think.
So now we're going to have 2nd and 10 after their second timeout of the game. The East have 1 timeout remaining in the half here. So we'll see how they manage that going forward. It could be interesting. I know it's kind of hard for the coaching staff to see the time because the refs have the times, so we'll see what happens there. So 2nd and 10, 20-yard line now. Danielle Ayala, and it's going to be a fake snap here. Once again, they give it to the fullback. She's going to break a few tackles and plunge away for a first down. That was
very nice fake on that one. I believe that was number
9, Jataria Tucker from the Cleveland Fusion. So great job there. Danielle Ayala, too, at quarterback. She does a great job with those fake snaps where she seems like she gets the ball, she holds it for a few seconds, and then she kind of says, okay, we got you. Go make a play now.
That is the 3rd time I see her step up and wonder what she's doing, and then, yeah, the ball is in someone else's hands. I'm sure I'm not the only one wondering it, so if any defender on the West is wondering like I was, they did their job right.
Keeps the West thinking. So 3rd and short now at the 11-yard line. They're trying to get a first down here, possibly find the end zone, shotgun formation here. And it's going to be a direct snap to Ken Gabriel, but she's met in the backfield immediately.
And
first one in on the tackle there for the West was number 41, Angie Wells. She's doing a great job getting in the backfield there. You see here on the replay, she goes untouched into the backfield there. Number 41, she stays patient. She's kind of a spy there. She knows she's getting the direct snap. Great job getting her there, and then her teammates follow up and bring her down. So 4th down in the red zone. We'll see what the East decide to do here.
It's why safety is such an important position. She had that big deflection earlier, and there she did read the run perfectly on that one. Critical player, Angie Wells. I'm sure that the
so great play there from Angie Wells and that West defense. 4th down now. They can get a first down. They don't find the end zone. Gets the snap. She fakes it, and she's going to find her target here, who's going to break a tackle and get enough for the first down. We'll see where they mark it. She might be just shy. Let's see where they call it. So that was number 13, Nene Coley, on the reception out of the backfield.
Yeah, great job
again.
And they
do mark it a first down for the East. So they get the right play call. They find a way to get a first down on 4th and long. So the East now knocking.
Yeah, I think that Danielle Ayala, her style is definitely those shorter throws. You don't have to rush anything now, so I really like what they're doing.
So 1st and goal now from the 7-yard line about Danielle Ayala in at quarterback. Ken Gabriel gets a snap. She bobbles it, and she's going to be brought down for a loss of 1 or 2 yards here. So on the bobbled play there, we saw number 39 in on tackle, Mercedes Tyler for the West. Let's meet some more.
Yeah, great job there by Mercedes, former rugby player, so she knows how to tackle.
So the offensive line for the East, now we've got Patty Thompson at left tackle, Chris Brandon at left guard, Thelma Banks at center, Erica Scott at right guard, and Jamerica Boykin at right tackle for the East. So the defensive front for the West on the last few plays has done a great job getting pressure. This offensive line definitely is going to need to make a few adjustments here if they want to find the end zone inside the red zone.
Yeah, that offensive line, some vets on that. 17th year for Thelma Banks, final year for Jamerica Boykin.
A veteran offensive line. So 2nd and 10 now and goal. So they're going to get the snap here, and they're going to find the end. They're going to target the end zone, and it's going to be deflected. And I think it was caught.
Unbelievable.
Number 4, Satoria Bell. Great concentration. She catches it. Tip drill. And the East now goes up 13-7. What a play by Satoria Bell.
Yeah, that was absolutely incredible. Satoria Bell, she used her height on that one. Don't forget, earlier in the game, we saw her matched up with Angie Bell. Angie Bell was able to win despite the height advantage. On that one, the height will catch up. Satoria Bell, you can't teach size. Just was able to bring that one in with 2 defenders.
You can't teach size, but you can teach the tip drill. Great job there.
Despite 2 defenders, she's able to come down
So
with
we'll get that replay here in a second, but we've got the point after attempt underway. The kick is up, and it is good, so it's now a 14-7 game. The East over the West here in the second quarter.
That's right, automatic. So we thought that Angie won the matchup again on this one. Ayala goes deep, back of the end zone, 2 defenders on her.
She wrapped her arms around the helmet there of Angie, and she did a great job being able to hold on to that football. That is impressive.
You can tell
any level of football that you see.
You can tell she hits the gym. That was very impressive on that one. 2 defenders, no problem.
14-7 now. East over the West. 3 drives in for the East. The West looking for their 3rd drive now. We'll see if they can come back and tie the game here. We're still about midway through the second quarter. That was a decently long drive for the East there. A lot of running plays there. Ken Gabriel a couple times did a great job getting direct snaps in the backfield, being able to pick up first downs.
Right.
And then, of course, in the short passing game, Danielle Ayala did a great job finding her backs as well.
Yeah, I mean, I spoke a little too soon. I was saying the short game is hers, but the deep throws, I just really like how much time she gives her receivers. It's a long kind of, it's in the air for a while, and on that play, it was exactly what Satoria needed.
So Danielle Ayala looks really good at quarterback for the East. She plays for the New York Wolves. She played for the New York Sharks for 2 years before she joined the Wolves in their inaugural season.
Yeah,
she led the Wolves to a playoff berth in 2019 in their inaugural season. That's always impressive when you're able to win so much in your first season. So the East getting set to kick the ball here. That is Lisa Hartzog, the kicker for the East. The kick is up, and it's going to be returned here by number 1, Liz Landry off the bounce. We'll see what she can do here. She gets 1 block. She runs into her own teammate, but she's able to get back to the middle of the field. She's cutting towards the right sideline. She has no one to beat. Key blocks downfield. Liz Landry looking to find her way downfield. She might get to the end zone, but she's brought down at the 40-yard line. So Liz Landry showing off the athleticism there for the West. It's going to be great field position. Looking here on the replay, great job off the bounce. I mean, this is just pure determination there. I mean, it looked like off the play she was maybe going to get 5, 6, 7 yards, but she grinded her way downfield to give the West great field position on that kick.
When you cut like that on a kickoff, it's either going to be the worst thing that could happen for you or great field position. It just depends on what kind of athlete you have returning the kick. So
most of the times you're taught just get straight up the field. We don't want you dancing around in the back, but when you have that sort of athletic talent like Liz Landry does, sometimes you can get away with it. She did there. So now big 1st and 10 here on the 3rd drive of the game for the West inside the East 40-yard line. So it's going to be a quarterback keeper here by Rachel Woods, but she's going to be brought down immediately in the backfield. So Rachel Woods getting into the game here immediately is going to run the ball herself for a gain of 0.
Looked like an option run, too. Just she had her back behind her.
So the defensive line real quick, Luke, for the East, Karita Bell at tackle, Tira Gooden at tackle, Whitney Sherrill at defensive end, and Paige Cox at defensive end as well for the East.
Yeah, they did a great job there swarming Rachel Woods. She's a runner. We've seen her play live before, and she's definitely got legs. So great job by the East defensive line.
So Rachel Woods from the Seattle Majestics gets her first snaps here under center for the West. It was Louise Bean at quarterback for the first 2 drives. We'll see if they go back and forth this game. So 2nd and 9 after a gain of 1 by Woods. This time she's going to keep it herself. She's going to try to find somebody, and it's going to be picked off by the East. That is an interception.
Great play there by the East. Rachel Woods, a little less air on that one than maybe she wanted to. In the backfield, we know Rachel can throw, but this one a little too low. And that is a great job by number 20.
26, Simone Wright there from the Tacoma Trauma.
Yeah, great job there getting that interception. First defensive turnover. We've seen it almost happen a couple times with the fumbles, but now it's official. And then, of course, forcing the turnover on downs. But this is the first time the defense forced it with a turnover on the field themselves.
So great kick return by Liz Landry, mitigated by an interception 2 plays later. So the East have the ball now here for their 4th drive of the game. 1st and 10 from their own 37-yard line.
And it looks like they're still going with Danielle Ayala at quarterback.
So Danielle Ayala gets the snap here out of the shotgun. She's going to turn to the air. That's going to be number 4, Satoria Bell, for nothing. Loss of yardage here.
Yeah, no, I don't blame that at all on Ayala. That Satoria Bell's been killing it. Just the size that she has on the other players, she's been using it to her advantage. So it doesn't work out this time, but don't shy away from those. Those short screen throws have been deadly.
So Danielle Ayala trying to get something going for this East offense now. It's a 14-7 game, a little over halfway through the 2nd quarter now. The East trying to extend their lead here, go up by 2 touchdowns by driving down the field. We'll see what they call here. So 2nd and 13 for the East after a loss of 3 on that screen pass. We've got trips receivers on the near side of the field with Danielle Ayala at quarterback and Ken Gabriel in the backfield. So she is going to hand the ball off, and that's not Ken Gabriel. That is Monet Coley who gets the carry there. And she's going to maybe pick up 1 yard. It's going to be 3rd and long for the East.
Yeah, she has not been running the ball to success as of yet, but I really like any time that she's in there, she's a threat to either throw or catch, and even if she doesn't do anything on the play, it keeps the defense honest.
3rd and long here, really a big play for the West now. You want to get a stop here, force another 4th and long, and get the ball back for your offense. Obviously, your offense just turns it over. If the defense can get a stop and bail them out, it'd be a huge momentum booster for this West team if they do trail 14-7. So the East getting set to huddle here, Luke. What are you calling here, 3rd and long in about 5 seconds here you got?
Oh, man, I
say you go for all the marbles.
You want to go deep. I might throw them off with a run, though, because you're always going for it on 4th.
See, so 3rd and long, receiver in motion. It's going to be a direct snap once again, but there is a flag on the play. It's going to be ruled dead. We'll see what they call here. We might have a false start.
They did go for the run. I think if every drive is 4 downs, then there's no problem running on 3rd down. But unfortunately on this one, it didn't work out.
False start on the offense. That's their 3rd false start already on this offensive line. They're getting a little impatient there in the backfield.
Well, it is. It's a tricky play to try to run that quick snap to the fullback like that, especially with a line that have never played with each other before. So I definitely can appreciate the effort that they're putting in to run these plays. But we've seen so far that it's only going to work a small % of the time.
So 3rd and, really, really long for the East now. Nobody in the backfield with quarterback Danielle Ayala. We've got 2 receivers on each side. We have a fullback there as well. So Danielle is going to turn to the air here. She's going to target her receiver, and it's nearly intercepted, but it does fall incomplete. That was none other than number 41, Angie Wells, in coverage. I mean, they are just trying to attack her, but she is not really giving up much, even the touchdown earlier. So here we go. See the play here. So Danielle Ayala, no one in the backfield with her besides the fullback. She goes upfield. Throws just a little bit short. Angie Wells does a great job going up, reading that throw, and nearly forcing the interception. So
yeah, almost comes up with it. I mean, that's the thing about Angie. She has had a height difference with the receivers she's gone against, but she's always in front of them. She's pestering them, which is your job as a cornerback.
Exactly what you want to do. So we had talked about earlier, like everybody's gone for it on 4th down so far. Now we've got what appears to be a punt. However, I'm not going to be surprised if we get a punt fake here.
I'm not holding my breath on a real punt here.
So, 4th down and about 15. The punt unit is out for the East. Number 1, Liz Landry back to receive the punt for the West, and it is a punt. It is way up there.
Really nice punt.
Liz Landry's going to return it. No fair catch. Great catch there. She keeps her feet under her, and now she's going to get close to midfield. So great field position once again for the West. Liz Landry on the return after the punt.
They did it, and yeah, that was a great boot. Good job there by the kicker, showing off her talents at 2 positions on the field. And another great return by Liz Landry. That's such a critical part of the game that you don't really hear about until you hear like the coaches talking about it, the special teams. Like the casual fan is not going to mention how well the special teams played, but it's so critical in a game, and we see it right here, just the positions on the field that Liz has been able to get them.
It's the difference between the great teams and the good teams. There's a lot of good teams out there, but any great teams and great players know the importance of special teams. So Here we go now, 1st and 10 near the 44-yard line of the East. For the West now, they are trailing 14-7. And we still have Rachel Woods in at quarterback. She's going to toss to Dina Gigi, but she gets nothing in the backfield. Met initially there by number 43, Kim Rose from the East.
Yeah, really good job. I mean, it did look like Gigi kind of slipped there.
So we'll get back to that. So on the defense, Eli Metzola at linebacker, Jasmine Brim at linebacker, Parisha Green at middle linebacker, Kim Rose at corner, Mona Nanakali at corner, Deanna Jackson at safety, and Nia Outlaw at free safety. The Outlaw there playing free safety, patrolling that secondary, doing great for this East. So you were talking about that play there, Luke.
Oh, right. Well, just I think that a great job, obviously, to come in and get that tackle. But it did look like Gigi kind of slipped on that one. So, yeah.
So we'll see if they
great break.
We'll see if they can recover here. 2nd and 13. Rachel gets the snap. She's going to try to find here. Number 32 catches the ball, Sarah Negreet, and she's going to be met immediately by 2 East defenders. So a complete pass picks up about 8 yards there for the West. So that's going to set up a manageable 3rd and 6.
That's right, 3rd and 6. Now I'm actually not too sure since we did see a punt, but at this point you are in 4-down territory, I'd say, especially with the way this game has been going.
So Rachel Woods now, we talked about her before. She's trying to get her footing here. Nice, easy passes so far on this drive. I think that's going to really help build her momentum, because a lot of times when you don't come in as the starting quarterback, you have to build that momentum early. So we'll get back to that, but 3rd down and 6 now. She gets the snap. Rachel Woods here. Dina Guidry's running a route, and she's going to target her receiver here for a first down, but it is dropped. Pass intended to number 10, Julia McComas. She would have had the first down, but the ball goes right through her arms, hits her knees, and falls incomplete.
By the way, Rachel's walking over. It looks like they are going to go for it. I agree with you. I mean, she's thrown 3 passes so far. 1 went for an interception. To come in cold in the second quarter, that's always hard.
And so it does look like Julia McComas is down here. She's on a knee. We see here on the replay here how she got nicked up. So great play call here. Rachel Woods does a good job in the backfield. They use Dina Gigi, you'll see here in just a second, as a decoy, running an out route out of the backfield. But Rachel Woods does a great job rolling out. She sees the pressure, gets the ball up, has her open, but it just falls a little bit incomplete. Had a hard time tracking it. Looks like she hurt herself a little bit going down. So we'll see what happens there. She is being helped off by the training staff there. So Julia McComas, we'll see if she's able to come back into the game. She's an 8-year veteran. She plays wide receiver for the Seattle Majestics. She grew up in the Seattle area, graduated with cum laude honors from the University of Washington, where she played rugby for 4 years. She says, "Go Dogs."
A lot of rugby athletes on this, and that for all the flack that the NFL gets for tackling, rugby is known for the perfect quote-unquote form tackle. So we've been seeing that. Some great, clean tackles here in this game. I think the rugby definitely helps.
Okay. So Julia limping off. If we get an update, we'll let everybody know what's going on out there. So 14-7 now. We're getting closer to halftime. The West here on 4th down is going to try to drop some play to keep the drive going. They're down by 7 points here, Luke. We've seen 1 punt from the East. I like going for it here on 4th down. I think the last play call was perfect from where they were. Obviously, the execution didn't work, but we'll see if Rachel Woods can get something going here. Dina Guidry might get the ball here. That's my gut feeling. But we'll see. We don't have a crystal ball up here. We don't have the predictions, but we'll see. So 4th down.
We're not all Tony Romo.
And about 6 now for the West. So Rachel Woods gets the snap. She pump fakes, and she's going to find her receiver in double coverage there. That is number 85, Mackenzie Tolliford. Great catch there in traffic. Looking here, Rachel Woods directing traffic. You can see she's going to get the snap. We see 85 there lined up on the outside. Rachel Woods does a great job here. Pump fakes once, and the 85 who runs back down the middle field. Double coverage, perfectly thrown ball by Rachel Woods. Great job there, too, by Mackenzie Tolliford to come down with that catch. The Seattle to Seattle connection there.
I like that, Rachel.
So we do have an East player down on the field right now.
Yeah, hopefully she's able to get up on her own accord. The players have been so far, which is great. But I did like that Rachel was not afraid to throw out. We see number 42 get up here, which is great news.
Jody Raylander from the Minnesota Vixens. So she does get up. She's jogging off the field. So we'll see if she comes back into the game very soon. At least going to have to take one play off. So
yeah. But as I was saying, I really like that Rachel, despite being 1 for 3 before that pass, was not afraid to throw it straight down the middle. Obviously, great catch by Mackenzie Tolliver, but some quarterbacks get a little nervous about that second pick. So Rachel, obviously, that didn't bother her.
Have no fear, Rachel Woods is here. All right, first and 10 on the East 40-yard line. Now Rachel Woods gets the snap. She's going to hand the ball to Dina Guidry. Nice job on the RPO there. Dina's got some open field ahead of her. She's got the blocks. She's got one to beat, and she's brought down inside the 10-yard line. Great play call, great execution by Rachel Woods and Dina Guidry.
I have been so impressed with how they are faking stuff. You saw Dina Guidry fake the run and then get it right before that. And the defense, when they're slightly thrown off like that and you have an athlete like Deanna, it's over. It's 20 yards every time, just like you saw there.
That's just one variation of the RPO, which for casual fans of that's the run-pass option. That's one of my favorites because Dina Guidry in that situation looked like an extra blocker.
Yeah, exactly.
And so you think, okay, this is definitely a pass. But Rachel Woods did a great job staying patient. That comes with time. And now that's a 30-yard gain that sets up a first down inside the 10-yard line. So first and goal now for the West. And it looks like she's under center here. So it's going to be the handoff there, and it's going to be brought short of the end zone there.
Erica Meacham, they're using their fullback on that one.
From the Oregon Hawks. So here's the offensive line for the West. The starting offensive line, AJ Roby at left tackle, Jasmine Teeters at left guard, Quinn Wesley at center, Shauna Lofton at right guard, and Renee Freon, sorry if I mispronounced that, at right tackle.
Erica Meacham, third-team WFA All-American this year, so you had to get her involved eventually.
Yeah, Erica Meacham there, getting the fullback involved. That's always a smart decision there. So that changes things up because you just had a big run to Dina Guidry. You line up under center. They haven't done that too much in this game. Usually fullbacks be getting it on direct snaps. So second and goal now inside the 5-yard line. The West looking to tie this game up and pound it into the end zone as we get closer to halftime. Not sure how much time is left because there is no clock, but we'll see what happens. And we are going to get a timeout. Looks like this time it's going to be on the East. So that is their third and final timeout of the half. So they will not be able to stop the clock moving forward in this half. So 14-7 game. The West knocking on the door to the end zone.
Their timeouts have all seemed to be, like we've mentioned, we can't see the time on the scoreboard. The refs are the ones keeping track of it. I'm sure that they give the coaches some updates every now and again. But these timeouts so far have really been more to sit back and figure out some plays than it actually has been for time management in itself, I feel like.
I think the East just wants to make sure they have everything prepared. Obviously, you get a little bit of working together. It's a lot of talented players on this team, but you want to be able to make sure that you have the right play calls here. I mean, second and goal, it's tough on offense to score, but it's even tougher sometimes for the defenses to get something going, especially the way the West has been running so many decoy plays so far in this game.
Well, I mean, because that's the thing about football. A bad percentage at passing is 55%, which means the receivers are catching the ball more often than not. So, yeah, especially with defenses like this that haven't really played with each other, it's a little harder to all be on the same page than it is with an offense.
That is true. So we're here in Las Vegas, Nevada at Sunrise Mountain High School. It's the third annual Women's Football Hall of Fame game. So far, been an entertaining one, 14-7 East over the West, but the West is knocking on the door inside the 5-yard line, trying to tie this game up before halftime. So Rachel Woods in at quarterback, her second drive now. We saw her make a great throw earlier on fourth down in double coverage. She threw an interception on her first drive, but so far in this drive, as water bottles go flying up here, she's got this West offense moving. So here we go, lined up directly under center. She's going to hand the ball off to Dina Guidry, who's going to cut down the middle with some blocks and plow her way. We'll wait the call. That is going to be a Touchdown for the West. Dina Guidry.
Second of
with
the
her
night.
second touchdown of the night.
I mean,
for the afternoon.
Yeah, right. It's still nice and sunny out here. Got the beautiful mountains in the background. But yeah, Deanna, second touchdown run. Both were in 5 yards of the goal line. So they obviously have their big red zone threat right there. And that's why I really liked. You could have just gave it to Guidry every play down here and probably still scored, but they threw it off, got Meacham involved and stuff. I have been very impressed with both sides' play calling so far.
So Maggie Campbell going to kick the extra point now for the West, try to tie it up. The kick is up, and it is good. So we have a tie ball game here near the end of the second quarter. We're getting ready for halftime. 14-14, the West just scored. So let's see the replay on that touchdown. You mentioned it, Dina Guidry here on her second touchdown run of the night. Watch her stay patient in the backfield. Rachel Woods directly under center here. Guidry's going to get the handoff here. And she gets a few key blocks, but she does a great job just keeping her legs turning. She even slips a little bit, but is able to fall forward into the end zone. So Dina Guidry, we've seen her before with the San Diego Surge. She played a lot of quarterback for them.
Oh, yeah.
She's played pretty much every position on the field in her career. She's played running back, quarterback, wide receiver, defensive back, safety, linebacker, punt returner, kickoff return. She just has not played on the line. So Dina Guidry does a great job here at running back in this West Hall of Fame game, or in this Hall of Fame game for the West.
And sometimes a critical part of the handoff is that fake. Rachel Woods faking it the way she faked it to Meacham right before that, and then gives it to Guidry. You don't see that a lot, that commitment to the fake like that. So it's really been working. You can see it in action here.
So they're going back to the basics, sticking with their roots. Tie game now. The kick is up. The East looking to return the ball here. That's going to be number 4, Satoria Bell on the return. She's got some blocks. She's staying patient. She's going to try to turn gears up, but she's going to be brought down at the 43-yard line.
That was a great tackle there by number 39, Mercedes Tyler.
Once again, this stream is brought to you by San Diego Digital Imagery. That's at SDDI Video. For all your video, photography, editing, portrait needs, be sure to hit up SDDI Video at San Diego Digital Imagery. Kristen and Peter Stoll will work hard for you and get whatever job you need done.
And it looks like Danielle Ayala is still the quarterback for the East, which is interesting because we've definitely seen the switch off between Rachel Woods and Louise Bean on the other side. So
last drive, they started around the same position the East did after a turnover. They go 3 and out. We'll see what they're able to do this time with, like you said, Danielle Ayala still in at quarterback. So shotgun formation here, new running back in the backfield. Ayala is going to go to the air this time. She's going to try to find her receiver, Satoria Bell, but it does fall incomplete.
Definitely looked like some contact there. Hard to say who it was on, so the refs decide not to throw that flag.
People on the sideline saying to throw the flag, but they do not throw the flag. They keep the mustard in their pockets. So Danielle Ayala, great job here. I mean, pretty good throw. Probably could have got a little bit more air under it. Tries to give it to her big play receiver, Satoria Bell, but great coverage there. Liz Landry in on coverage for the West.
Yeah, Liz Landry, that dual threat. And, they're bringing everyone at Satoria Bell. It's good move.
Yeah, the two best defensive backs so far for the West, Liz Landry and Angie Wells, sort of taking turns there defending Satoria Bell. So we'll see how that plays out the rest of the game. Satoria Bell already has 1 touchdown in this game. It was pretty remarkable, too, the way it happened. It was a tip drill earlier in the game. So 2nd down and 10 now at the 43-yard line for the East. Danielle Ayala still in at quarterback in the shotgun formation here as we get set and closer to halftime. So Danielle Ayala in the backfield by herself, talking to her receivers, trying to send number 8 there in motion. That's Marcy Van Hartsveld, and there is going to be a penalty in here. It might be a delay of game.
Yeah, obviously a tough one. If you can't see the game clock, you definitely can't see the play clock. But you got to get it off fast than that. Ayala did a little too much at the line.
We saw some miscommunications there. I think at first when she saw the play call, she probably had it flipped. She was pointing towards Satoria Bell. Bell said, "No, it's not me." She looks to Marcy. Marcy goes in motion, but it was a little too late. So delay of game there. It's going to set up 2nd and 15 now for the East as we get closer to halftime here. 14-14 game. East trying to add on before halftime. They did receive the opening kick, so the West will receive the ball to start the second half.
Right.
Danielle Ayala. So this time they do get Marcy in motion here, and she is going to hand the ball off to Marcy, who then tosses it.
Wow.
And it does fall incomplete. Satoria Bell, they try to run a little trickery there, the double fake, but no receiver near the play there. We see here. So Marcy gets the ball, who then tosses it to Satoria Bell. Bell tries to throw it downfield. She gets hit by number 3 there. There's no receiver in the vicinity, number 41. Of course, Angie Wells there on the play.
Looked like a little bit of miscommunication there. Satoria Bell, obviously, her goal on that play was throw the ball as deep as you can downfield.
So there was a penalty there against the East, but it was declined, so that is going to set up 3rd and 15.
Yeah, smart move there by. But yeah, the West did a great job. Just get your defenders down near the ball. It did look like the East receiver was not on the same page as that throw, which happens. It's none of these players. And that was a Tina Tella, by the way. We didn't even say it. Tina Tella was the one that got the pass rush there. Right.
On Satoria Bell. Great job there, not falling for the double fake. So we'll see the East pull out here. They go for a trick play on the previous play. We've got trips receivers on the near side of the field. Danielle Ayala in at quarterback still. And they are going to send the running back there, number 26, Simone Wright, in motion. And they are going to go the other way, though. And this time she's going to get the ball here. This is number 10, Ken Gabriel, but she gets stuck.
Hit.
For a gain of about 4.
Incredible hit. And who would you guess made the hit? Angie Wells.
Angie Wells is balling out on defense for the West. She plays for the Cali War.
Yeah, going to war there with the receiver. That was brutal.
So we see here on the replay here, pretty solid play call here. I mean, you send the running back in motion, and then you give the ball to Ken Gabriel there out of the backfield. Great job with the misdirections. But Angie Wells, look at her, stay patient, keep her footing, and deliver a great tackle on the sidelines to Angie Wells. So that's going to set up 4th down now and about 10 for the East.
Yeah, big
and
one.
We do have a timeout from the West on this one, their first timeout of the half.
Yeah, want to keep as much time as you can on the clock here, especially with the 4th and 10.
So 4th and 10, like we said, we don't necessarily know where the clock is at this point. I am assuming that we are close to halftime here.
Right.
So you're going to go for it on 4th down here if you're the East, and if you're the West, if you get a stop here, you might have one more chance to get to the end zone before halftime. That would be huge, especially considering the West would get the ball back to start the second half. So if you're the East, you want to get a first down here, at least eat clock, worst case scenario, but definitely want to try and add on and make this a 21-14 game. It is tied 14-14 now. Once again, Jordan Spurgeon here with Luke Sutherland, and then SDDI here with the live stream.
But yeah, you're totally right, Jordan.
Got the punt team on the field.
Oh, interesting. So they are kind of going with what I was about to say. The worst case scenario, you want to just run the clock out and go into halftime tied.
So Liz Landry back to receive the punt. The punt is up, but it's way short. The West doesn't really know where the ball is, and it's finally going to be knocked down there. Number 39, Mercedes Tyler, bounced right next to her. She had no idea where the ball was, but she's able to go bring it down, and now it's going. They're going to get the ball at their own 37-yard line.
She's really lucky that didn't touch her at all. So it just bounced right by her and got them a few more yards than they would have had if it touched her. Coach is showing her on the side how to avoid that ball there. I don't even think she saw it, though. That's step 1.
So after the short punt now, we're going to get a 1st and 10 for the West in a 14-14 game. They're on their own 39-yard line. We're nearing the end of the first half here. I think the West is going to have to pull something out of their sleeves here and get some big plays if they want to score before halftime. If not, they might play it safe, but we'll see what happens there. So,
yeah, they're going to have to go deep, which has so far been more of Louise Bean's specialty versus Rachel Woods. I believe Rachel is in the game, though. So
no, it looks like Louise Bean is back in the game at quarterback. So they've gone 2 drives each. This is now the 3rd drive where Louise Bean is under center. She's going to go to the air on the first drive, down the field, and it does fall incomplete. Looks like there was some contact, but they're not going to throw the flag.
These refs letting them play. But, yeah, like you said, Louise Bean did end up switching for Rachel that play. I think that was definitely the right move because, as you saw in that throw, Louise has a little bit more of an arm.
You see this a lot in the fun Hall of Fame, All-Star type games where quarterbacks go back and forth throughout the game. It's a chance to get everybody involved, and there's a chance to make the game a little more fun. Both quarterbacks, different styles of play. We see here, as soon as she comes back in the game, Louise Bean targets her receiver downfield, but it does fall incomplete. So 2nd and 10 now for the West.
They've got the old school way of letting the defenders play on the receivers. It's been very, if you're a fan of that old football, this must be fun to watch.
It's fun to watch. So Dina Guidry lined up in the slot right now. Shotgun formation for Louise Bean. Louise is going to turn to the air, and she's going to target Dina Guidry, who makes the one-handed catch and reels it in. That's going to be a pickup of about 20 yards almost for the West. They go from the 39 to the 42-yard line. Great play there. Looking at the replay, Luke. Great throw by Louis Bean. Dina Egregious goes up. One hand, it secures her with the second hand, and then is brought down. Great play there by the multi-tool running back who's played pretty much everywhere. So they're going quick here. Louis Bean snaps the ball and does spike it in the ground, so I do assume we are under the 1 minute mark here in the first half.
Right.
So after that big play there, Louis Bean does a great job stopping the clock. What did you see there, Luke?
That was the fun part that the casual fans call fun. The hard mouth defense
fun.
is what the NFL vet thinks is fun, but for everyone else out here, we want to see those catches, and Guidry definitely made us happy with that one. I didn't even think she saw it at first, and then she comes in one-handed like that. That was super impressive.
Comes up, I see the photographers on the field. If they got that shot, that's going to be a poster in her wall for sure. So 14-14 game. We're getting close to the end of the first half here. The West trying to get something going quick. They want to move the ball downfield, so 2nd and 10 after the spike on the big play. Dina Guidry once again lined up in the slot. We'll see if they try to get her downfield. And we are going to have a flag on the play. It might be false start.
Well, you were right, Jordan. Immediately, the throw was to Guidry, running a screen for her. So, honestly, Ken Gabriel has kind of been the same. When your best receiver is your running back, that definitely opens up a lot.
So offsides on the East there, so that gets an extra 5 yards for the West now. They're trying to at least add a field goal here before the end of the half. We're nearing the end of the first half here. 14-14 game. The West trying to get the ball rolling. We'll see what they do here. I like the decision to have Guidry here when you need plays quickly to be lined up in the slot. I think that gives you an added dimension that I don't know if the East was necessarily ready for. At least not yet. They might be now if you're seeing it once or twice.
Right. And just,
so we'll see.
This is obviously just get down the field as fast as you can. They're not going to really be running here. So
Guidry on the far side of the field now. 2nd and 5. Shotgun formation here. Luis Bean in at quarterback for the West now. We'll see where the play call goes. This time she's going to look to the other side of the field, and it's going to be caught there by number 32, Sarah Negri. And she breaks a tackle, and then she finds her way out of bounds. Great job there by Sarah Negri. Almost brought down inbounds. It was a great job getting out of bounds to stop the clock. Look here at the replay. Great job by Louise Bean here. I think all the attention was on Dina Guidry there. She finds her receiver there, Sarah Negri. Watch that. She looked to be dead to rights, but she breaks the tackle, spins away, and heads immediately to the sidelines to stop the clock. That's what you call clock manage it for the West.
Yeah, she's leading the West in receptions right now. Sarah Negridi has been very impressive so far.
So 1st and 10, 30 yards out now for the West, trying to find the end zone here. We're nearing the end of the first half once again. The West doing a good job moving the ball downfield. I wouldn't be surprised if this is the time where they take a shot towards the end zone and see if they can get a touchdown quickly here before the end of the half. They will get the ball to start the second half, so here we go. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. We've got 25 there in motion. Olivia Morgan, we'll see what they do here. She's a wide receiver for the LA Bobcats. So Louise Bean directing traffic here, shotgun formation, and she's going to look to that other side of the field. It's going to be towards Dina Guidry, who catches the ball, and she tries to break a tackle, but she's brought down immediately. The West looks to show a little bit of hustle here, trying to get down the field. So Dina Guidry brought down near the 10-yard line on the reception there for the West.
Yeah, Guidry has been, I really like that play.
Unfortunately, so timeout by the West there.
Oh, good. The timeout there. Yeah, Olivia Morgan had that 40-yard reception earlier, so I thought it was going to her, but no, you go to Guidry right down the middle. She's been playing really good in that slot. Big running back, but obviously a great receiver too, and they've been fully taking advantage of that.
Like you said, that you see Olivia Morgan go in motion there, and as the defense, you're thinking in that situation, okay, she goes in motion, she's probably the target now. But we've seen this 3 or 4 times, whether it's in the running game or the passing game. They have a little bit of misdirections with moving runners in motion. I think that's doing a really good job getting the defense to almost become flat-footed at that point.
Right.
You allow one of your best playmakers, Dina Guidry, to get open there and make the big play. So 20-yard gain there for Dina Guidry. West takes their second timeout of the half. They have 1 remaining here. They're 10 yards away, about 11 yards away, so they can get a first down here too. But obviously at this point, you're not worried about plays. You're trying to get in the end zone as quickly as possible before halftime.
Right. No, I think it's great. Yeah, you get 3 more in the next half. Use all your timeouts. Why not?
So 1st and 10 now for the West. They come out of the timeout after that big 20-yard catch by Dina Guidry. We'll see what they call here. We've got 2 receivers, looks like lined up on each side. And it's number 34, Lucretia Lane in the backfield there with Louise Bean.
Yeah, this would be her first
for the West. So
touch.
1st and 10 after that play, as we got the wind picking up here, papers flying everywhere. And we get near the end of the first half here. So we're letting the refs get the ball set here. The West is ready to get the ball rolling here. So Luis Bean in at quarterback still. And her partner in the backfield, Lucretia Lane, with Dina Guidry in at wide receiver. So here we go. The play is underway. And she gets hit as she throws, and it does fall incomplete. Great pressure there by number 45, Therese Blackshear from the Arlington Impact for the East.
Yeah, that was both Therese on that play and number 35, Hadisha.
So you see on the replay there, she gets hit as soon as she throws the ball, and it does fall incomplete.
Yeah, great job there. Both of them applying the pressure. That throw, obviously one of them must have touched her arm or something because that one just fell very short. Great job.
So 2nd and 10 now. They can get a first down inside the 2-yard line. Looking for the end zone here. Tie game, 14-14. West driving downfield on what could be the last drive of the half. So we've got 2 receivers on each side. Dina Guidry lined up on the far side with Olivia Morgan. And we've got Luis Bean in shotgun formation with her partner, Lucretia Lane. So she takes the ball here. She turns to the end zone. She's going to target her receiver, but it does fall incomplete. The target was Liz Landry, just a little bit over her head, and it does fall incomplete in the back of the end zone.
Yeah, wide open. Liz did a great job beating her defender on that play. It was just really up to Luis to feed her in the back of the end zone, but the pass a little too far. And we've seen her do this. Is her throw. This kind of into the corner. That post route, it just didn't work on that one at all.
Back shoulder fade just a little too eager there. I think she saw how open she was, got excited. The ball got away just a little bit, so we'll see if they can clean it up now. It's going to set up 3rd down. West looking for something here in the huddle. East looking to make a stop here before halftime to keep this game tied 14-14. So the 2019 Women's Hall of Fame game nearing the end of the first half. It's the 3rd annual Women's Football Hall of Fame game here at Sunrise Mountain High School in Las Vegas, Nevada. Here we go. 2 receivers on each side. And Bean takes the snap here. She looks to the end zone.
Wide open.
Wide open, but she flutters the ball in the air, and it does fall incomplete. She had Dina Guidry wide open, but the ball kind of slips out of her hand as she throws, and it flutters and hits the ground.
Yeah,
incomplete.
Obvious frustration there. The pass before this one was obviously the defense getting to her, causing her to throw that one a little short. This one, I mean, honestly, it just kind of looked like it slipped out of her hand. There was pressure on that, but didn't get to her till afterwards.
Yeah, great pressure there. I mean, great route there. You run the cross routes there where your best playmaker, Dina Guidry, is able to get open towards what would be the front of the end zone there, but the ball just doesn't come out the right way. So now we have 4th down and 10 here. So the West looking to, at the very least, get a first down here and have one more shot with 1 timeout remaining here in the first half.
So the West.
2 receivers on each side. They like having Olivia Morgan and Dina Guidry together. We'll see if they target that side. They look to the left this time. She's going to find her receiver, Liz Landry, in the end zone for a touchdown. The West. Luis Bean to Liz Landry in the end zone for a touchdown. That's going to make it 20-14 near the end of the first half.
Yeah, that was an incredible play by Luis Bean, hitting her receiver on that one. Liz Landry, first catch of the night, but that is by far not the only thing that she's done. She's returned kicks, she's played defense, and now she has a touchdown too to add on to that.
So the West marched downfield right before halftime. They had a sense of urgency, but they didn't panic at the same time, and now they're able to be up 20-14. We await the extra point attempt here.
I'm not always a huge fan of running the same play multiple times, as we see Maggie Campbell here going for the extra point. Barely goes through the uprights there.
So 21-14 now.
But I'm very impressed that they kept with it because it was obviously working. The same route that they ran 3 different times.
So you see here on the replay, watch how they have 2 receivers set up on each side. Liz Landry here at the bottom of your screen. She's going to fake the block and then turn around and just beat her defender. The defender had no chance there. She thought she was blocking. Gets wide open. Perfect throw on the money from Luis Bean.
And running that route towards the end of the back of the end zone
called
like
a stop and go.
Yeah, we saw it all 3 times. Not necessarily that stop and go that she did, which was a great move, but just them kind of fading out towards the outside of the end zone like that. And it almost worked if it wasn't for West error. So for them to keep going at it until it was successful, I think was a great move. I'm not always a fan of doing the same play over and over, but that time it worked.
As a former receiver myself, the way she ran that route, the skill it takes for that really just gets me going. That was a great job there by Liz Landry. So we await the kickoff here as we get set for the end of the first half here. The West up 21-14, and the kick is up. It's a squib kick, and it's going to bounce over number 13 there. Nene Coley, who's going to take it up now, and she tries to get a block.
Oh, monster
Satoria
block.
Bell, big block right there.
Monster block. That was the highlight of that play. Unfortunately, Nene Coley's unable to get too many yards there, but we're looking at that pancake right there. It's not breakfast anymore, but she is still eating out there on the field. Satoria Bell, so much more than just their main receiver.
So doing it all now. So the East trails 21-14 here near the end of the second quarter. The West will get the ball at the second half. The West have one timeout. The East have no timeouts. We'll see what they do here. They may try to go downfield, or they may just play it safe, take a knee, and go to halftime. So 21-14 game here. We'll see just how aggressive this East team is in the 2019 Women's Hall of Fame game.
What do you think, Jordan? Would you try to get as aggressive as possible?
I'm taking shots downfield at this point. Maybe you get something going in the backfield with some good blocks. But we'll see what they call here. So 1st and 10 now on their own 28-yard line. The East with quarterback Danielle Ayala in at quarterback now in the shotgun formation. And so they do hand the ball up there.
That is,
and she's going to pick up almost nothing.
Lewis with her very first carry of the game.
So Alexis Lewis with the orange helmet from the Cleveland Fusion on the carry there, picks up about 3 yards for the East.
Yeah, her teammate Cassandra Brown has not come into the game yet at quarterback. Right now she's playing with Danielle Ayala, who's been basically their starter this whole game. That's been a surprise to me. We see the quarterback rotation on the other side, but Ayala has been very consistent.
And so we have reached the halfway point of this game. 21-14 West over the East. It's been an exciting first half. We had 2 rushing touchdowns by Dina Guidry for the West, and then we had a touchdown by Liz Landry as well for the West. For the East, they score on their first drive of the game. And then they follow up on the third drive of the game, and they score. It was a big catch by Satoria Bell. It was tip drill catch at the back of the end zone. Probably the play of the game so far in this one, in my opinion.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So we have a 21-14 game, West over the East. Luke, you want to run through some of the quick stats real quick before we head off to our halftime graphic?
Yeah, the big battle here is obviously, I mentioned it before, but it's Ken Gabriel and Deanna Guidry. Gabriel, only 3 carries early on for 50 yards. The second quarter, she was more of a receiver, 2 catches for 35 yards. And then Deanna Guidry really just kept going. She never really had any point where she stopped being the focal point of the offense. About 56 yards rushing, and then she had 30 yards receiving. So, I mean, almost 100 yards total for both of them. Do you, in a game like this, Hall of Fame, you have all these great athletes. We've seen it. We've seen Liz Landry only get 1 catch so far. We saw the fullback for the East, Jamie Locke, start off really strong, and then they kind of got away from her. So would you stick with Guidry, stick with Gabriel, stick with this, or in the spirit of the All-Star game, do you try to get other people involved?
I think at this point we will start seeing more second and third stringers get involved in the game. The West has a little bit more offensive pieces. The East has more defensive pieces in the depth chart at second string, so we might see some flips here in the second half. It's going to be exciting. Before we sign off for halftime, I just want to say once again, Luke, congratulations to the 2019 Women's Hall of Fame inductees.
Absolutely.
Stacey Aggie, Jane Brinkman, Elizabeth Dillow, Andra Douglas, M.D. Ferguson, Misty Finley, Rasan Gore, Kenyetta Grigsby, Deanna Guidry, Demetria Hardiman, Shelly Hewitt, Lisa Horton, Cameron Marks, Nenji Martin, Tiffany Matthews, Jody Raylander, Emily Sundberg, Hiroko Suzuki, Christina Tella, Chanel Tillman Brooks, and the media honor, BJ Coletta. So once again, congrats to all. Jordan Spurgeon, Luke Sutherland here with SDDI video on the live stream. We'll be back in a few minutes. Once again, the score 21-14 West over the East at halftime. Welcome back to the 2019 Women's Hall of Fame game, the 3rd annual Women's Hall of Fame game here at Sunrise Mountain High School in Las Vegas, Nevada, where the West leads the East 21-14. You see here on the field, they're getting ready to do the haka dance. I'm excited to see this. I've heard some good things over here from Brian Sweeney, the P announcer. He said he saw it the other day, so we'll see how this is going to turn out. But I'm excited to see what the West does here with the haka dance. So we'll shut up now and we'll get this going.
This is I'll see how I had to do these in Pop Warner when I played in 8th grade, so I'll see how they stand up to my white kid haka.
Well, Luke, we're having fun here at the 2019 Women's Hall of Fame game. That was the haka dance there by some of the members and their family members, too.
Yeah, that's what I call a halftime show. That was very cool.
I give them credit. Shirts off in the cold here. It's 56 degrees here in Las Vegas, Nevada.
No,
and they go out and do that.
They went all out. And I really liked number 99, Lanuola Kale Lewis, was kind of leading it at the beginning. She played on the national Samoan track and field team at age 12 and holds a national record in Samoa. That haka dance, there's Samoan ones, there's Hawaiian ones, New Zealand, a bunch of different types. So it was cool seeing the Samoan one. And yeah, Lanuola, thank you for being a part of that, bringing out your relatives to do it. I really liked, you could see the little kids on the side dancing too.
You know who else we really got to thank, Luke? San Diego Digital Imagery. We saw the graphic up there. We just missed it before we talked, but follow them at SDDI Video. They'll get you anything you need. Yeah, San Diego Digital Imagery.
If you enjoyed watching that haka, thank them for filming it.
We got a few things we got to say here. So we want to once again say congratulations to Hall of Fame inductees. We'll list the names again at one point today.
Yeah, a few of them actually
We'll talk
playing.
about No Joke Football and everything they've done for women's football. We've had some nominees. Be sure to follow the Facebook page Women's Football Hall of Fame on Facebook. You can check out all the nominees. They've been inductees. They've been announcing those over the course of the last few weeks. And, of course, we got to give a special thanks to Oscar Lopez, who's one of the sponsors and big supporters of women's football and the Women's Football Hall of Fame. So, the 2019 Hall of Fame game, the West won the first two annual ones. This is the third annual one. They lead 21-14 at halftime. Luke, what are you expecting here in the second half?
They're going for number 3. Real quick, you mentioned No Joke Football. I think what they do is really cool. It's a brand created in 2012 to help spread the awareness that women do play football and are obviously very good at it, as we see. I want to see a little more variety. I know Guidry and Ken Gabriel were dominating the first half, but let's see what the other All-Stars can do, the Hall of Famers.
We'll see how the rotations work out here in the second half, especially at quarterback. So the second half underway now. The kick is up and back to receive the kick. Liz Landry, number 1, but she does not get the ball this time. This time it goes to number 41, Angie Wells. There, she's going to get downfield this time. She's going to break a few tackles. She's going to step over to the ground, and sayonara. We've got 10-5 touchdown. Angie Wells on the opening kickoff return for the second half. That's going to double the lead now for the West as we get ready for a point after attempts. That's going to make it 27-14 West over the East. And, well, whatever they said at halftime seems to have worked.
Yeah, I mean, it really worked. All you need is one play. All you need is Angie Wells, too. I mean, we've been seeing her preventing points all night. And here she decides to go ahead and score some for her West All-Stars. So
people big on those next-gen stats. She's got to be leading the team in plus-minus, right? I mean,
yeah.
Saving some touchdowns and now scoring a touchdown
Honestly,
as well for all the next-gen statters out there. So 27-14 West over the East right now. We get set for the extra point attempt. Kicker Maggie Campbell.
She's been busy.
Looking to make her 4th one tonight for the West.
She's another one. She's played every position in football but center.
Bad snap there, but great job by the holder to get it down, and the kick is good. 28-14 West over the East. I mentioned the bad snap. That is hard to make. It's hard to make field goals and point after attempts when there's a bad snap. That depends all on the holder there, and the holder there did a really good job being able to keep that ball down. So let's check out the replay on that touchdown there. You see her there, stiff on the last tackler, and then great job with the camera work. I mean, nobody else is even in the frame. She does a great job there. 5 touchdown there. So Angie Wells, great job there. The Callie Ward defensive back getting it done on special teams. We saw Liz Landry get the ball a majority of times. This time, Angie Wells comes up with it on the kickoff return unit and scores the touchdown, make it 28-14 West over the East.
And definitely not a knock on Lisa Hartzog. She was the one that missed that final tackle. She was kind of the last line of defense between the end zone and the not scoring. But Angie just. Sometimes it doesn't matter. One-on-one like that, the offense wins.
So Maggie Campbell with the kick now. Satoria Bell back to receive it, but it is a squib kick, so this time it's going to be number 13 there. Nene Coley is going to pick up the ball. She's going to stay patient, cut back the other way, work down the middle of the field, and finally gets brought down at their own 45-yard line. So solid return there for about 15 yards. You can see here on the replay, great job there, squib kick, and the ball does go to Nene Coley, who's going to try to work down the middle of the field. Great block there once again by Satoria Bell, who was able to allow her to gain an extra 10 yards.
Yeah, I mean, the West has their dual threats, Angie Wells. They've got Liz Landry, but on the East side, Nene Coley, watch out. She's been making moves on both sides of the ball.
So the East gets set for their first offensive snaps here of the second half. 28-14. The West received the opening kickoff of the second half. They return it for a touchdown. So the East offense comes back on the field. Danielle Ayala still in at quarterback. And in the backfield here, we've got Ken Gabriel. So 1st and 10 on their own 45-yard line. And we've got the ref discussing some
the
defensive switches here.
The East has a very set depth chart that they're sticking to. The West, we've seen a little more just fluency among the substitutions, but the East they've stuck with Daniel Ayala and Ken Gabriel. It's worked, obviously, but I find that interesting.
So 1st and 10 now from their own 45-yard line. We'll see what they do here. We got 3 receivers on the far right. Satoria Bell down the far sideline. They're going to hand the ball off here to Gabriel. Gabriel's going to break a few tackles, and she's going to try to cut back inside, but it's still going to be a loss of yards met by half of the line of the West. So that's going to be a loss of about 3 for the East.
Being so good at cutting kind of worked against her in that situation. That was a really powerful cut. Pushed her back 3 yards, and then the defense caught up. So in a different situation, that very well may have been a touchdown. That cut was very strong, but the defense just a little stronger.
So the West defensive front doing a great job on the defensive line there. Pressure started by Brianna Garello, number 31. She was the first one to get into the backfield. So 2nd and 12 now for the East here. Danielle Ayala still in at quarterback, shotgun formation in the backfield. Looks like it's Nene Coley in the backfield there this time. And we're going to have 3 receivers as one comes in motion on the near side of the field. Shotgun formation. Satoria Bell, the lone receiver on the other side, but 26 goes in motion, and it hits her. It hits her while she's still in motion. The ball is on the ground. We'll see who comes up with it. The West pointing that it might be their ball. Let's see what the officials rule here after the miscommunication.
Worst possible
the West
timing.
Recover the ball. Turnover.
Another turnover force in this game. This one, just terrible timing on that one. That happens 1 out of every 100 times, and the West takes advantage of number 100, which is a fumble. I can't believe how perfect that timing had to be for that to happen, and it did.
So we do have an East player down on the ground right now. We'll see what happens there. But in motion, though, they send Simone Wright in motion. They send her to the near side of the field, and then they send her back in motion. I'm not sure if that was designed to try to bait the corners to be off balance, but it did not work out. Miscommunication there.
It made me wonder if it was a designed run that didn't work out, but just how thrown off she was, I really think that was meant to be, like you said, a fake on that one. And
so that is Simone Wright, who is down on the field, but she has been helped off by the training staff, being carried by both trainers there, arms wrapped around the guy in the red shirt, the trainer over there. So we'll see what they do over there. We'll try to get an update as soon as we can on Simone Wright, but good to see she's able to be off and off the field. We wish Simone Wright the best of luck with whatever is next. So 1st and 10 now for the West in East territory. See if they can continue to put the hurt on this East defense. So starting the second half now, Louise Bean comes in at quarterback. She's directly under center. Dina Guidry lined up in the fullback slot this time. And they're going to turn to the air. It's going to be way overthrown. No one there. Pass falls incomplete.
Some more miscommunication there. Yeah, Louise Bean coming back in the game. She is one of 12 Utah Falcons on this West roster. None of her receivers, ironically enough, are Utah Falcons. So she's getting a brand new look at players to throw to, and that one not really in anyone's general vicinity.
2nd and 10 now. We'll see what they do. Bean gets the call from the sideline. She heads back to the huddle now, so we'll see if Louise Bean can get this offense rolling. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if they try to get the ball going with Dina Guidry, just to make sure they can keep this offense's momentum rolling here to start the second half. So 28-14 game, 2nd and 10 now on the East 37-yard line. Come out shotgun formation. She's directly under center. This time she's going to toss the ball, and she's going to pick up a few yards there. The toss was to number 26, Gina Magana from the Utah Falcons, the running back there. Gets the carry. We've seen her on the field for all the plays so far here in the second half.
Yeah, that was her first carry. Louise Bean giving it to her teammate, Gina Magana, but that one won't get them any yards.
So that's going to bring up 3rd down and long now for the West. We'll see what kind of play they draw out of the playbook here. But the East defense doing a good job getting pressure early, stopping the run, stopping the pass. So we'll see if Louise Bean can get comfortable here and make a big play.
Yeah, Louise Bean started 0 for 2. She's 6 of 9 passing since. So I think I wouldn't mind a throw here at all. I think her confidence is at its highest point in this game so far.
3rd and 11 now for the West. Bean directly under center with Guidry into the fullback slot. She's going to step back to pass. She finds Guidry out of the backfield. She's going to try to get a first down herself, but she gets brought down after a gain of about 5. That's going to bring up 4th down now for the West.
Yeah, Guidry's
tackle there, number 43, Kim Rose for the East.
Guidry's 3rd catch of the night. That puts her to lead the team in receptions along with Sarah Negrete. I just mentioned Louise Bean. I think her confidence throwing has gotten a little better. But on that play, you don't really need any confidence. Just kind of feed it to Guidry and see what happens. And defense was able to win this round, but we've only seen the punter once. I highly doubt we see him here.
So we've seen Guidry lined up at running back. We've seen her lined up at quarterback in the Wildcat formation. We've seen her lined up in the slot. We've seen her lined up outside, and now we're seeing her lined up at fullback. So
she can do
it
all.
Like we said earlier, she's played every position besides the offensive line, and we're seeing it all in this game here in the Women's Hall of Fame game here in 2019. So 4th down and about 7 now for the West. Bean still in at quarterback. We've got 2 receivers on each side. They come out shotgun formation, but the play is going to be ruled dead. It looks like we do have a timeout by the West, their first of the half, so they have 2 remaining here.
Yeah, that looked like a
third quarter.
Desperation timeout. Like we've mentioned quite a few times, we can't see the play clock up here. We can't see the game clock. That's up to the refs. But by the way the refs reacted, by the way the quarterbacks were freaking out, that looked like the play clock was coming to an end.
So the West now during this timeout They're trying to get the play call rolling. So, Luke, 4th down here. What are you trying to roll if you're one of the coaches right now on the sideline? What you thinking?
I'm sticking with Louise Bean. I liked hitting Guidry on that quick throw, the one before. I would focus on trying to hit those receivers. You've obviously got Liz Landry. Olivia Morgan had that big catch earlier. Sarah showed she can get in the slot. I think you have 3 very capable receivers that you can find. And Louise has been playing her best football of tonight. Of today, I should say. It's still pretty sunny out, still looking good. And,
we got some clouds rolling in.
Yeah.
We had a little bit of sprinkles this morning. Thought maybe it would rain during the game. Hasn't rained so far. It stayed a calm, cool 56 degrees here in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's been a great game so far. 28-14 West over the East. 4th down and 7 for the West. Here we go. 2 receivers on each side. Louise Bean in at quarterback. Guidry in the backfield. She's going to try to find number 32, but it does fall incomplete. Pass intended to Sarah Negrete.
Yeah,
Negrete from Como County.
I really like the look there. Sarah just couldn't come down with it. Sarah, definitely no stranger to football. She's a vet of Team USA. So most of the time she makes that catch. This time she couldn't, and turnover on downs.
So turnover on downs. East get the ball back now. 28-14 game. You're trailing by 2 touchdowns now. If you're the East, you want to go downfield and score this game. Make it a 1-possession game if you can score on this drive. So they get the ball on their own 34-yard line here. They're going to have about 65, 66 yards to go here to try to find the end zone. We'll see what play calls they come out running. So Danielle Ayala still in at quarterback. We've got 2 receivers on each side. So Toria Bell's made some big plays for them. She's on the far side of the field right now down the sidelines. So the play is underway. They're turning to the air. She tries to find a receiver and it gets picked off. That is number 39 for the West, Mercedes Tyler, who rumbles and bumbles, stumbles her way down the field before being brought down near the 30-yard line. Check out the replay here. Solid route here. She tries to find her receiver, but great read there by Mercedes Tyler, who comes up with the pick and then is able to get upfield for about 12 yards on the return there. We do have a flag on the field. We'll see what the ruling is from the officials. We'll get the white cap to let us know what's going on here.
Yeah, great job by Mercedes Tyler coming down with that one. Another former rugby player on this field. She actually played at Sacramento State, so former D1 athlete. And it looks like the flag was on the East.
So it looks like we did have a personal foul against the West.
Excuse me, the West.
But they will retain possession on this one. It looks like it was an illegal block in the back there on the return. So turnover stands. Big turnover for the West defense. Mercedes Tyler from the San Diego Surge, the outside linebacker, did a great job reading that throw all the way. She read Danielle Ayala's eyes, came up with the pick. Now it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 50-yard line, for the West Hall of Fame team.
San Diego representing so far. It's a pick by Mercedes right there. We've seen Guidry score twice now.
So get the ball at midfield here after the penalty. So the West trying to get things going here. We still have Louise Bean in at quarterback shotgun formation. They send Guidry in motion. This time they're going to toss the ball to 26. Gina Magana, who's going to cut down the sidelines and pick up a gain of about 2 yards as she gets helped up by players from both teams.
Do you think that this has anything to do with why Louise Bean has kind of been running the show? I mean, obviously she's a very talented player, former college softball player too, so she's got an arm. But 4 of her linemen are Utah Falcons, all her teammates. I think that familiarity has definitely helped them so far.
We've seen a lot of patience from her in the backfield. We've seen it in the passing game. She knows how the protection is going to work, and so she's done a great job there. So 2nd and 10 now, gain of nothing there by number 26, Gina Magana. So they come out shotgun formation here. Guidry lined up in the slot, receiver on the far side. And they're going to get the snap here to Louise Bean. Louise Bean's going to target downfield. She does hit a receiver, but it does fall incomplete. Pass intended to Olivia Morgan, but it does bounce off her chest.
Yeah, and a great deflection there by number 22. She was a little slow to get up.
Jamie Locke.
Yeah, that was
all over the field today from the Music City Misfits.
The fullback playing some coverage there. And it's definitely not a good sign because she had to leave earlier because of an injury, so you hate seeing this happen again.
So Jamie Locke showing some heart out there today. It's her 2nd time going out with an injury. We'll try to get an update for you later on. She came back in the game earlier. This time goes down. Great defense there by Jamie Locke.
Yeah, that was very good. I don't like it. It looked non-contact, but let's hope I'm wrong. Let's hope that she's able to brush it off on the sideline. It looks like a leg injury.
So as Jamie Locke comes off the field now, ball at midfield, 3rd and 10 for the West now. Luis Bean in at quarterback in the shotgun formation. They're going to keep the ball. No, she's going to give it to Dina Guidry here, who's going to be stuffed immediately near the line of scrimmage. That was 93, Kathy Daughtry from Cleveland Fusion in on the tackle.
Yeah, that is Guidry's second time getting stuffed at the line. You don't see that a lot. That one, you could tell Luis being through a little bit of a fake into it, but it was definitely designed for Guidry. And this super talented East defensive line saw that coming.
Kathy Daughtry there on the tackle, by the way. She's played for 12 seasons, so she's no stranger to women's football, and she had the right read there on Dina Guidry in the backfield. So they're going for it on 4th and 10 here at midfield.
I love it.
We've got trip receivers on the near side of the field. Dina Guidry in the backfield with Louise Bean here. And Bean's going to pump fake and then try to find a receiver downfield. Miscommunication. Ball falls incomplete. No one in the vicinity. Turnover on downs. East ball.
Yeah, that was a really rough one. Usually it's that she's throwing it a little too far past the receivers. That time, her receiver, I believe that was Mackenzie Tolliver, that was the target on that one. She just ran way ahead of the ball, and Luis had it a few yards short. So great, really gutsy move going for it up 28-14 in your own territory. So yeah, big break for the East. The West, I like it, but it backfired this time.
So the East now gets the ball down 28-14, Luke. They start the ball at midfield. Got to believe you have to score here. We're about halfway through the 3rd quarter at this point. Once again, in case you're just tuning in, we do not have a game clock active. The refs are the ones keeping track of time, so we're doing our best here. So we'll see what happens. So 1st and 10, they get the ball here. They're going to hand the ball to number 13, Nene Coley, who's going to be stuffed in the backfield.
Wow, bounces off the tackle.
And she does bounce off the tackles. So Nene Coley, no quit in her name. She says, I'm Nene, so no there. Great job there. Like you said, initial pressure there by 2 Western players. And then she breaks the tackle there from 0-0. And then she's able to get up the field and turn a gain of nothing into a gain of 5. So 2nd and 5 now for the East. So no quit there in Nene Coley.
Yeah, that was very impressive by her. Her 3rd carry of the night. She's also been receiving the ball, a couple catches. And then, of course, defense, too.
She's out here representing the Richmond Black Widows today, so she's doing a good job so far. So 2nd down and 5 for the East. They come out in the shotgun formation. It looks like Ken Gabriel
late sub
is in. She's going to get the direct snap, possibly. Nope, but this time they're actually going to hand the ball. This is going to be a direct snap to number 2 here, Tranisha Hamlin. So you have 2 backs in the backfield, but she gets stuffed behind the line of scrimmage. These running backs in the backfield sometimes tricky to call, huh, Luke?
Yeah, no, honestly, yeah. It can go to any one of the 3 that are back there every play. Another interesting thing about Nene Coley, her rookie season, I thought it's very impressive how good she's been. But Tranisha Hamlin, they've kind of been running a Michael Vick and Philly kind of thing with her. Like she's been every time she gets the ball, she's running right away.
I think if they're going to want to give her the ball again, they're going to have to run some sort of misdirection because so far the West has been all over it. So 3rd and about 7 now for the East. Shotgun formation. They come back out, and we have some movement on the line. It looks like we might get a false start here against the East, but we'll wait the call from the ref. And, yes, it is going to be false start on the East.
Yeah, big break. I mentioned it earlier. 4 Utah Falcons players are playing on the offensive line for the West. The East, however, has 2 players that play on the same team. Erica Scott and Patty Thompson are both Carolina Queens, but other than that, none of them have ever played with each other. And that definitely, a unit like that has to be in sync. I think it's harder than the other positions, honestly.
Plays a role. They have about 4 false start penalties at this point in the game. They're going to want to clean that up as they try to get set to come back in this game. They trail 28-14. It's 3rd and 11 now for the East. We've got Ken Gabriel running back in the backfield with quarterback Danielle Ayala here on 3rd and 11. So here we go. 3 receivers on the near side of the field. Pressure there by number 99, but she gets the ball off. It's tipped, and it does fall incomplete.
Yeah, a lot of pressure there. You could tell she was sweating.
Lewis there from the Utah Falcons doing a great job coming in untouched off the line to force that throw earlier than it was meant to be.
That Hawk really did some wonders for her. She burst through that line.
So now it's going to be 4th and 11. The East is going to go for it here. We'll see what Danielle Ayala is going to be able to do here at quarterback. She's getting the call from the coach right now on the sideline in the huddle. You got to be thinking, all right, we've got to make sure we get 11 yards here. Love to get more, but obviously you want to get at least 11, keep the ball without turning the ball over on downs. You do trail 28-14. You want to get on the board here. We're heading towards the midway point, towards the end of the third quarter now. So we'll see what the play call is here.
If I'm the West, I'm putting my focus on Satoria Bell right now. I think she's definitely the deep threat.
You need 11 yards. You go to your deep threat receiver. So either use it as a decoy or you go to receiver. We'll see what they do here. And they looks like, ooh, there's some movement on the line. No call yet.
The refs let him go a lot.
And there's the flag.
And I spoke too soon. Here
so
it
we
is.
might have a false start on the offensive line. Again, second false start. Oh, delay of game this time.
Interesting.
So delay of game this time.
There was without a doubt.
We had movement before, but they didn't call it. Both teams kind of got back. The defensive line reset, but that time it's a delay of game. So now it's going to be fourth and even longer now for the East.
These refs are doing what a lot of fans of the NFL complain about. They're letting them play, which is great. I love it. That's all you want, is to let the players play. And so shout out to the refs.
So you go from 4th and 11 to 4th and 16. They bring the punt unit out. This time instead of Liz Landry back there, they bring out Angie Wells to receive the punt. She has a kickoff return in this game. That's how the second half started in this game.
She's a threat, yeah.
So we'll see if she's able to return the punt this time. Last punt for the East only went about 15 yards before being down. We'll see if this one could be a longer punt.
Yeah, that's right. Lisa Hartzog, second punt of the night.
So the snap is up. She gets to the side, and it's going to be up. So decent punt
Nice
there
punt.
for Hartzog. It's going to be picked up now by Angie Wells, who's going to pick it off of the bounce, and she's going to break a few tackles here down the sideline. She's going to be forced down at around the 30-yard line.
Yeah, hard to bring down there. Finally forced out at the end there.
So you see Angie Wells picks it up off the bounce here on the replay. Does a great job staying patient, makes sure she's not going to bobble it. Great block there, too, by the way, forcing the defender to the ground. Does a great job hopping and skipping down the sideline before being forced down near the 40-yard line.
I will say a couple of those tackles were very much kind of throwing your arm out, trying to grab. Especially with a player like that, Angie, how talented she's shown at the punt return. That little missed tackle is the difference between 10 yards. So, yeah, hopefully the East.
So 1st and 10, boss. Now we got Rachel Woods in at quarterback, and she does try to find her receiver number 34, Lucretia Lane, out of the backfield, but it is dropped. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 now. So Rachel Woods back in the game now. The Seattle Majestics quarterback in for the West.
Now I was about to say, the East is going to have to just tackle a little better there. That play, it was just good pass protection. Barbara Rojas on the pressure there, getting in Lucretia's face.
So the West here with Rachel Woods now in at quarterback. They have a 28-14 lead. They've won the first 2 Women's Hall of Fame games. They're looking to win their 3rd straight in this one.
It would take a miracle by the East right now. Well, maybe not a miracle, but just some different football.
When in Vegas.
Exactly.
You never know what's going to happen.
Yes.
Game's not over, not even close. So Rachel Woods under center here. She has number 34 in motion there. That's Lucretia Lane. And it's going to be a toss to Guidry here, who's we're gonna have a holding penalty there in the backfield, but she does pick up the first down and more. We'll see if this is a holding penalty. I think it's gonna be negated here.
Yeah, really nice run, but it does look like it was holding. I believe
that was number
Quimby?
87, Malaysia Quimby from the Los Angeles Bobcats there on the hold.
Yeah, I mean, much bigger than her defender she was going up against, but yeah. Good
Almost
job by the defender.
Almost kind of like pick her up by the jersey and threw her down.
Really good
job.
job
A hold all day long
by the defense to force that. So yeah, they're gonna go talk to her on the side because she's got the size to be an elite blocker for sure. So yeah, to get her on the right page is key.
So that's gonna be a 10-yard penalty for the West. That's gonna bring up 2nd and 10 now from their own 30-yard line. So Rachel Woods heading back to the huddle. And if you're the East, that's a break now. Now you feel a little bit more confident on defense. You feel like you have a little bit more room to play with here. You can allow a completion, just focus on tackling and bringing this West team down as early as possible. So Rachel Woods in at quarterback, Dina Guidry in the backfield with her. On the near side of the field, we got Liz Landry lined up, and then we got Trips on the far side of the field. So Rachel Woods looks to the far side of the field, and she's going to find her receiver. It's caught in stride, and she's finally brought down, but there is a flag on the play. That was 85, Mackenzie Tolliver from Seattle there, and there is no flag on the field.
Yeah, really nice job there by Rachel.
So they pick up 5 yards there. It's going to be 3rd and 15, so you're going to need a little bit more than that in this situation here, but I do like the intention there. I believe that is the first catch there of the day, or second catch of the day for Mackenzie Tolliver, correct?
Yes, it is. It is her second catch. 2 catches, 14 yards. So they're kind of using her to get those first down stuff, those shorter throws. And but I will say, Louise Bean has been airing it out. That is her 4th different receiver to catch a pass in this one. Excuse me, 5th different receiver, actually. So
5 different receivers have caught passes.
She's been getting
from
them
Rachel
involved.
Woods and Louise Bean. So Rachel Woods in the shotgun formation here. Guidry in the backfield with her. Trips on the far side, 1 receiver on the near side. 3rd down and 15 on the 35-yard line. Pressure already on Woods, but Woods scrambles, tries to get something going, and then is finally brought down.
Yeah, Rachel Woods, we know that she has the legs, but that one, nowhere really to go on that one.
So you see the initial pressure here. Watch the orange helmet. She's going to get the initial pressure for the East. That's number 54, Whitney Sherrill, but then the sack is completed by, I couldn't quite see that jersey number there. So once we get that, we'll find that for you. But that's going to set up 4th down and about 17 now for the West. And it looks like they are going to come out and go for it here. We have not seen the West punt yet.
No,
And now this is the punt team. I should probably be more patient.
Yeah, it looks like this is going to be a punt, which is definitely the right move to make here.
So here we go. Punt is up. And it gets a favorable West bounce. That's number 31, Nia Outlaw there, back to down it for the East. So they get the ball on their own 34-yard line.
Yeah, very impressive. Well, the punt, is it the Australian type? That run that she did before the punt, great job by her blockers to keep her, because that was a lot of time spent in between the snap and the punt. So huge props to the blockers for the punter on that one. Like you mentioned, Rachel Woods has also been getting those receivers involved, but she is 3 for 5, while Louise Bean on the other side of the coin is 7 for 13.
Well, notice when they came out in the second half and Louise Bean was in at quarterback, Dina Guidry was not playing running back. She was playing fullback and a little bit of receiver. When Rachel Woods came back in, Dina Guidry has moved back to playing running back. So we'll see how that progresses throughout the rest of the game. So the East comes out here in the game, and it looks like they do have a new quarterback in the game this time.
Yeah, will be the first throw.
Cassandra Brown, her first throw, tries to find her receiver there, Satoria Bell, but it does fall incomplete. So first throw from Cassandra Brown from the Cleveland Fusion does fall incomplete. That sets up 2nd and 10.
And I mean, that passed the eye test, I would say, on the run, throwing to her side like that. Like, it just seemed like a awkward position. She had to position herself, but the pass was great. I hope that Cassandra keeps airing it out. It's interesting. I mean, when you have 3 quarterbacks this talented, someone's going to have to suffer on the snaps.
Cassandra Brown now back on the sideline after 1 play.
And there you go.
And so here we go. Danielle Ayala back in at quarterback. They just wanted to switch things up on that play. So we'll see what happens. So she's going to keep it herself here. And excuse me, that is actually number 10, Ken Gabriel.
Run.
Couldn't see the number there as it was blocked, but she gets brought down. Big tackle there for number 1, Liz Landry, but there's a flag on the field.
Definite face mask on that one. Liz Landry, definitely, I think the height on that one was definitely a factor. Ken Gabriel just such a good job getting low to the ground. We see this snap to her multiple times throughout the game, and because it works so well. But yeah, she just gets a little lower than Liz there, and Liz, unfortunately, grabs the face mask. Well,
so that's going to move the chains now for the East. So Ken Gabriel with the direct snap, and now Cassandra Brown back in the game. We've seen that 4 or 5 times this game from the East, where they take the quarterback off the field, they give the direct snap to either to either Ken Gabriel or Trinisha Hamlin. That time it goes to Ken Gabriel in the backfield. So now, after that face mask penalty, huge break for the East. They get a 1st and 10 on the West 45-yard line.
When Ken Gabriel and I've seen it with Trinisha have both cut so well, and I think that's part of why the direct snap works.
So this time it's Cassandra Brown who keeps it for herself, and she picks up about 4 to 5 yards here for the East to get them towards the 40-yard line. It's going to be 2nd.
Yeah, Cassandra Brown. We keep seeing these 20-year vets, these 17-year vets.
And we have
Cassandra
a little bit of a shake-up here on the field. It's players getting into it right now. Team's trying to break it up out here. I mean, this is definitely not the place for that right now. So we'll see what goes on with this situation.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. It's football. It's a hard-hitting, violent game sometimes.
So that's going to be 2nd and 5 now for the East. Great job there giving the ball to Cassandra Brown on the quarterback keeper. She's off the field once again for this team, so we'll see what kind of formation they come out in on 2nd and 5.
Yeah, they've
Seems
really
like they
been
feel pretty
rotating.
confident being on the field without a quarterback sometimes. You know they're probably going to run it, but they've gotten so creative with it that we'll see what happens. So Ken Gabriel acting as the quarterback, as the running back in this one. See if she gets this direct snap. And no, the direct snap goes to number 27 there, Alexis Lewis. But she gets stuffed immediately in the backfield. Forced out of bounds by number 56, Renika Rukert there. So watch this. She gets the outside. Renika does a good job getting there. And then that's actually
they did not
a good
fall
tackle there for the
that
West.
At all. Yeah, great job by the West getting that tackle because it was a great I would have predicted Ken Gabriel gets another carry there. You try to switch it up, give it to Alexis. Only her 2nd carry of the game.
And that carry takes us to the end of the 3rd quarter. They're going to switch sides of the field. We're heading to the 4th quarter now. 28-14 West over the East. It's been all West in the 2nd half. Neither offense really doing a good job moving the ball downfield. It was a 21-14 game at half. 2nd half kickoff gets returned by the West. Angie Wells, number 41, on the return on that one. That's how we get to a 28-14 game. Offenses both struggling. Defense is stepping up here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah.
Luke, what adjustments have you seen from the defenses here in the 2nd half?
I think that they have been much more focused on the run, which, I mean, it sounds kind of obvious, like, if you're getting beat on the run, focus on it more, right? But when the receivers are also able to get that open, you can't really be focusing on the run like that if you have these receivers that are going to run 40 yards down the field and catch it. So I've just been very impressed with the fact that they're focusing on the run without letting the receivers beat them down the field. I think that combo has been key so far.
To me, the difference is just the defensive line on both teams right now. They're both doing a
Absolutely.
great job getting pressure on the quarterbacks. Doesn't matter who's in at quarterback for either team right now. They're almost having no time to throw. I mean, we've seen both quarterbacks have some success and have open receivers, but a lot of times, even with the open receivers, they've been forced into bad throws. And so that's really been the difference so far in the 2nd half. But special teams plays a role even in a Hall of Fame game.
Yeah.
And that's really the difference in this game so far.
No, it always does. My big keys, I would say, if you're the West, get Rachel Wood running a little. She's only ran once so far for no gain. On the other side of the coin, let's get some throws in for the East. You have 14 points to make up. Let's see. No more direct snaps to the running back.
All right,
every
so
play.
Start of the 4th quarter, 3rd and 7, and we already have a timeout by the East. That's their first timeout of the half. They have 2 remaining, so both teams have 2 timeouts remaining now. Big play here. They realize at the start of the 4th quarter, you start not panicking, but you definitely start realizing, okay, we have to have a sense of urgency in our offense. We got to make sure we have the right plays. That timeout, though, could come back to haunt them later in the 4th quarter if this does become a close game.
Well, it is. It's an interesting one because it's evident, obviously, no time came off the clock.
You come right out of the end of the quarter,
Yeah.
so you have that time in between.
Right, yeah, that really is your timeout right there. They must have really not liked the play that they brought out or whatever it was. I agree, Jordan. You need your timeouts when you're down in the 4th quarter way more than you need this little break right here to figure out your play.
So once again, you kind of just said my name, I said his name. So once again, in case you're tuning in, this is Jordan Spurgeon, Luke Sutherland on the call here for the 2019 3rd Annual Women's Football Hall of Fame game, where the West is looking for their 3rd consecutive win over the East. It's 28-14. East looking to drive downfield, 3rd and 7 now. They come out with Cassandra Brown in at quarterback.
Yeah, Cassandra, she's like flipped in and out every other play.
So 3rd and 7, we're starting the 4th quarter now. Gabriel fakes the snap there, but this time it goes to number 13, Nene Coley. Tries to break some tackles, but she gets brought down for a gain of maybe 1, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, maybe a yard. So that is her 4th carry of the night. No yards from her rushing. Great job by the West defensive line. You mentioned that they've been keyed this 2nd half, and once again, they show it there. A lot of movement by the East to no avail.
We all love flash. We love wide receivers making big plays. We love running backs going and making big plays. But games are won on special teams and in the trenches. And so far, the West defensive front is doing a really good job winning the battle in the trenches against the East offensive line.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Most most fans will focus on the offensive side, but seeing those clean tackles, those short 1-yard gains are so beautiful too. It's just a different type of ball.
So we'll get back to that clustered backfield now for the East on 4th down here. They get the direct snap to the running back there. That's number 10, Ken Gabriel. She tries to push forward with the line. We'll see where they mark the ball here on 4th down. So Ken Gabriel, the direct snap. You had about 4 players in the backfield there. Wasn't quite sure where the snap was going to go, but you can see here on the replay. I mean, look at that backfield. That's one of the most cluttered backfields I've seen, but Ken Gabriel gets the snap there. Tries to get downfield. Gets a push from her offensive line. But it's not enough. It is a turnover on down, so it will be West Hall of Fame football.
Yeah, these formations are great. 4 players in the backfield. None of them were a quarterback. You don't see that a lot.
Definitely unique. So now Rachel Woods comes back in at quarterback for the West. They get the ball on the East 37-yard line. 1st and 10 here. Still early in the 4th quarter. Like we said earlier, there is no game clock. So we are trying to keep everybody updated as much as we possibly can. So 1st and 10 now on the East 37-yard line. So Rachel Woods directly under center. 1 receiver on each side. They send the running back in motion here. That's number 26, Gina Magana. And this time Rachel Woods is going to hand the ball off to number 34 here. It's going to barrel her way forward for a few yards and some more with a final push.
Did not give up on that one. That was Erica Meacham with her 2nd carry of the night. And you're in a great position right now if you're the West. You have these great runners. All you need to do is kill clock. The East, I've still want to see some more throws out of them, but right now we got to focus on getting a defensive stop before any of that.
So Rachel Woods looking to get this offensive unit ready here. 2nd down and about 5 for the West. They lead this game 28-14. I expect to see more running plays here down the stretch like you were just saying. You want to eat clock, Luke, so I think that's going to be the smart decision here. And in the backfield here, it's not Dina Guidry in the backfield. This is actually number 26, Gina Magana in the backfield with Rachel Woods. Rachel Woods on the RPO keeps it herself, but she only gets back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
No, I like it because we know Rachel can run. It just hasn't worked out so far tonight, but that's the thing about great players. You can have 5 0-yard gains in a row. The next one's going to be a 60-yard touchdown. Like, you never can let up. So I like that Rachel is running some more here.
Yeah, great job by the defense there. They read the RPO. They forced Rachel into a play where she didn't want to go. They did a good job containing the running back there, so they couldn't get the ball out on the option. So great job there by the defensive front of the East. So we get about 3rd and about 5 now for the West. West, they're going to get a 1st down and continue eating clock here. So once again, Rachel Woods in at quarterback, Gina Magana in the backfield at running back, and we've got 1 receiver split on each side of the tight end in as an extra blocker. So Woods takes a snap, and she's going to be brought down in the backfield. That's a sack by number 45, Charisse Blackshear from the Arlington Impact. Check out the replay here. Charisse does a great job getting into the backfield. Rachel Woods has no chance there. 2 players in the backfield, and she goes right after Rachel Woods to set up 4th down and long.
Yeah, untouched on that one. That'll make it hard to do anything. And looks like they are going to bring in Luis Bean or perhaps punt. You're in a position where it's safe to do so, even though I love that they've been going for it. Right now the West just wants as much clock killed as possible, and they will punt here.
So we are going to get a punt here. It's the 3rd annual Women's Hall of Fame game here. The West looking for their 3rd straight win. They're going to punt the ball here on 4th and 12. And no, it's going to be a fake punt here. Nice. She's going to keep it herself, but she gets brought down. Almost lose the ball, and she does lose the ball. It's a fumble, and it is going to be recovered there by number 45, Charisse Blackshear, who had the sack before. So we get the fake punt here by number 5. Great job there by 00, who isn't listed on the roster here, to force the fumble there. And so now, turnover on down / fumble by the West. So the East in great field position here near the 30-yard line.
Yeah, great job there. The fake punt, interesting call. It's one of those calls, you're a genius if it works, you're a fool if it doesn't. So I obviously, in a Hall of Fame game, don't give it too much slack for a call like that. Great job by the East. You had to know that was very possible, but to still make the play work.
To be prepared and not panic, that is always the hard part. Sometimes
exactly.
stuff like that, your feet get crazy, but nobody got happy feet there. They did a great job forcing the fumble. So 1st and 10 now for the East. Cassandra Brown on the field at quarterback for them. They are at the West 30-yard line looking to score here. Down 28-14 about midway through the fourth quarter. So Brown gets the ball. She's going to look to the air, and it does fall incomplete. Nearly picked off.
Almost picked off.
And we
on
do have
that
a flag on the field. That's number 89, Linda McQuaid from the Rocky Mountain Thundercats in on coverage. So you see Cassandra Brown here. She has her receiver open, throw just a little bit high. And then you see McQuaid there almost come up with the interception. Great read on defense there. Out of the safety position.
Real quick, while we have some time, I just want to give a quick shout out to one of the competitors on the West that did not make this trip, Jennifer White of the San Diego Surge. We've seen her play before. She's actually at her father's funeral today, so condolences. Can't wait to see you on the field again. Congratulations on the Hall of Fame bid. But yeah, the West playing really good so far for her.
Yeah, so far the West looking really good in this game. So after the penalty there, it's going to be favorable for the East. It's against the West. A 15-yard penalty now. So 1st down and 10 from the 15-yard line. So the East looking to score now, knocking on the door here. So Cassandra Brown in at quarterback, nobody in the backfield with her. And it's going to be a direct snap to the fullback, who is Ken Gabriel filling in at fullback there. But they were ready, and it is going to be a loss of yardage.
Yeah, those direct snaps, they work when you're not waiting for them, but when you're ready, it's kind of easy to snuff out. They haven't really, those direct snaps to the fullback or to Ken Gabriel haven't really worked since the first half.
And I will say the first time it worked, and even now, that's why I say, even when I see the fullback there, I say it's an empty backfield almost, because they're almost an extra blocker at that point. They're basically with the offensive line. So I see what they're doing there, but the West has already seen it. They were ready for it. And they've done a good job there being able to stop it ever since the first one happened.
Right.
One of the first plays in the first quarter. So the West adjusted on the defensive front. The East is not adjusted to that play call, so we'll see what they can do here now. So 2nd down and long now. We'll get back to that in a second, Luke. So 2nd and 11 now. Cassandra Brown in at quarterback. For the East, they're trying to make this a one-possession game. So Brown gets the snap. She's going to roll out to her right. She's got Fendrick over her, but she does get it away before being knocked down. That was number 99, La Nuola Keel Lewis, with the pressure to force the incompletion and set up 3rd and long. You see here on the replay.
Yeah, the West side pleading for some intentional grounding here. That was great pressure by Lewis, getting off her blocker. And, yeah, Cassandra just kind of has to throw that away. There was a receiver in the area. I don't agree that should have been intentional grounding, and it looks like the refs agree too.
So we're going to get an intentional grounding call. So they were giveth 15 yards, and now they're going to be taketh away 10 yards.
So they did end up calling it. Oh, wow. No, I don't believe they did. I don't believe they did. Yeah. No, I didn't think they did.
Ignore me.
Yeah.
All right, so we got 3rd and about 11 now. The West did not win their case. Let me make that clear again. Did not win their case for intentional grounding.
Tried.
So 3rd and 11 now.
They definitely tried.
Cassandra Brown in at quarterback. No one in the backfield with her. We got trips receivers on the far side, 2 on the near side, and she goes to the right side. This time it goes to Gabriel, but she's going to be break a tackle before being brought down for a gain of about 3.
Yeah, Ken Gabriel, 3rd reception of the night. It's one of those situations where I don't mind it because they go for 4th down every play, so 3rd down really can be used as just get a few yards here. Make the 4th down easier for us.
So now we get about 4th and 7 for the East. Looking to add on here. They trail 28-14 in the 2019 Women's Hall of Fame game, where the West has won the first 2 meetings. So we'll see if the East can make this a one-possession game as we get closer and closer to the end. We're about halfway, maybe a little over halfway through the 4th quarter. No official game clock on the scoreboard. They have it down on the field with the refs.
Oh, yeah, there's such a critical play right here. This could really be the difference maker.
So we've got trips receivers on the far side. Don't be surprised if they come to the near side here with 2 receivers on the left side. Satoria Bell on this side as well. And so they are going to go to the right side this time. She has her receiver.
Wow.
And it's caught, but they rule her out of bounds. Incomplete.
Wow.
Turnover on downs. Watch this play. Great throw here, but just leads her a little bit out of bounds. Has the receiver. She beat the defensive front.
What a catch.
Almost gets both feet in bounds, but doesn't get either. They both hit the black. Great catch, though. Just didn't get the feet in. So that will be a turnover on downs. West ball.
Yeah, I like it. It's kind of been very similar goal line or red zone packages that these two teams have been throwing out. Those deep throws into the corner of the end zone. Just, trying to get your receiver one-on-one with a DB.
The play design, they use receivers that are running routes as blockers down the field.
Exactly.
With the crossing routes. I mean, you see that in most offenses, but the way they do it has been really clean so far. That time doesn't work out. Good throw, just not good enough. And so now it's West ball here with a 28-14 lead here in the fourth quarter of the 2019 Women's Hall of Fame game. So 1st and 10. At around their own 13-yard line, the West gets the ball. It's Bean in at quarterback. She tosses it to Guidry here, who's going to get to the outside. Key block there. She spins off a tackle, but then is finally brought down for a gain of about 4. On the tackle there, you got number 31, Outlaw, for the East, as well as 2 others for the East on the tackle. So Bean tosses it to Guidry there. Decent blocking on the inside, but they got some pressure through the hole. Number 45 there, Therese Blacksher, did a really good job being able to close the hole that had been opened up by the offensive line and force Guidry to get outside, where she was brought down for a gain of about 5.
Yeah, right now, Guidry, her goal is just stay in bounds, 5-yard run, good one. But, things are looking really good for the West right now. You have this running back that can kill the clock like this. Because, I mean, honestly, that 5-yard run, one of her shorter runs of the game, and you could score a touchdown easily with 5 yards per play. So
take that average. So 2nd and 5 now. Under center is Bean. She's going to look to the air this time. She's going to try to find her receiver, number 87, but it does fall incomplete. Targeted to Malaysia Quimby from the Los Angeles Bobcats.
Quimby was, you could tell she was looking for a foul before that, or flag before that ball even got to her. The refs aren't always going to agree with you, so we see that here.
So now we get 3rd down and 5 for the West, trying to clinch this game. They're up 28-14. They've gotten the ball rolling consistently. The second half, not as much as the first half, but they've still been able to move the chains a little bit. They just haven't been able to put together a drive. So we'll see if this is the drive where they close the game out. So they hand the ball off here to the fullback, and she's going to bounce off a few tackles and pick up a first down.
That was a run.
That was number 3, Tina Tella from the Utah Falcons, the defensive line woman there. Does a great job coming in and playing fullback for the West. You see here on the replay, great job, gets the carry and just plows through 2 defenders, spins around, and picks up a first down for the West.
She's so used to bullying through those lines on the opposite side. That was, a cakewalk for her. I thought it was interesting that the West was staying aggressive throwing it. I think especially after that first down, you probably don't have to throw the ball again this game. Maybe get Bean and Woods some reps, but there's really no necessity to be throwing.
1st and 10 now for the West. Under center is Bean, and they're going to hand the ball off to Tella again, but we do have a flag on the play. Ball is loose.
Yeah, I don't even think that went to Tina Tella. I don't think ever touched that. That was intended for Guidry.
So we see here on the replay a little bit of a misdirection here from the West.
It looked like a toss intended
There's going to be a toss to Guidry,
but
it doesn't get to her.
Was it just a little short or was it deflected? It did look like miscommunication on that one. And the East capitalize.
So it's an illegal formation on the West. So the East recover the football after the penalty there. They decline the penalty. So now the East get the football back. 1st and 10 on the West 30-yard line. This is a 28-14 game. If they score quickly, they can make it one possession here late in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, the West got a little too aggressive through a couple plays before that. They go for the toss right there. Didn't work out. The East is in a really good position here. We'll just have to see a little more from the quarterbacks because Ken Gabriel has been doing everything she can to keep them alive.
So 1st and 10 now here at Las Vegas, California, or Las Vegas, Nevada. California. Las Vegas,
still
Nevada.
Thinking Cali.
So 1st and 10. It feels like the same temperature right about now anyways, 56
Honestly,
degrees.
yes.
So 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line for the East here. Shotgun formation. Brown takes the snap. She's going to keep it herself, go through the middle of the defense, and get brought down for a gain of maybe 3 yards.
Looked like a quarterback draw there. She took a couple steps and then ran straight in. Bringing Cassandra in. She's a member of the Cleveland Fusion. Her teammate Alexis Lewis is also part of that. A lot of the offensive players, or quite a few, are part of that Cleveland Fusion team. As you can see, they basically have the Browns helmets out there. Maybe there's a couple differences, but Cleveland keeping it orange.
Yeah, Cassandra Brown, too. She's played football since she was 4 years old, and she says it really helped shape her to be the person she is today.
Yeah, I mean, it does. It makes you an athlete. It makes you a grown man or woman.
So 2nd and 9 now for the East. They got trips receivers on the far side, 2 on the near side here. Empty backfield. No one goes in motion. Brown looking to the air. She's going to try to find a receiver, but it does fall a couple of yards short. The intended receiver there, Gabriel there, Ken Gabriel, was the intended receiver for the East.
Yeah, definitely frustrating if you're Ken Gabriel on that one. You see the replay.
Replay here. It might have been tipped. Let's look, Luke.
Yeah, looks like it very well may have been tipped there, at the line. So, once again, the West line, really impressive. Really a key factor in why the East only has 14 points right now.
I preach it over and over and over again when people ask me to give different sports takes about football, and I say you win games in the trenches. The teams that do well, they play well in the trenches. We see so much talent in the trenches here for the West today on the offensive line and the defensive line, and that's a big reason why they're up 28-14. So 3rd and 8, we'll come back to the thought in a second, Luke. 3rd and 8 now for the East. We've got 2 receivers on each side. Running back in the backfield, Gabriel here with Cassandra Brown at quarterback. So Brown gets the snap. They're going to the air. She pump fakes, looks, and now she's going to keep it herself. Doesn't like what she sees downfield. She's going to try to carry her way to a first down. She might have got it. We'll see where the call is. But she did a great job taking 2 defenders with her.
Yeah, that was a great job by her. You didn't really get the idea initially with the throws that she was doing that she's much of a runner, but not the fastest, but that strength kind of reminds me of Tim Tebow, the way that she runs the ball. Just pure, I'm going to get those yards. I'm not going to cut around the side, do anything fancy. I'm, just getting those straight yards. But, yeah, Jordan, I think what you said is 100% true. If you look at any team at any level, if they get sacks more than their quarterback gets sacked, they have a winning record most of the time.
Make quarterbacks uncomfortable, keep your quarterback comfy, and you'll win a lot of games. So 1st and 10 now on the 20-yard line. For the East, they trail 28-14, looking to make this a one-possession game. Cassandra Brown in at quarterback, looking to throw downfield. She has her receiver number 4, but the pass is deflected there by number 1, Liz Landry.
Yeah, Liz Landry.
Of the West. Great job reading that throw all the way. You see here, Brown does a good job looking off to her second option there, but Liz does a great job there. Liz Landry for the West deflected the ball there. So that's going to set up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Liz Landry, the former WFA League MVP, plays for the Texas Elite. She catches that ball most of the time, but since she's on defense, it didn't really matter. Deflection just as good at this point. And the West has done the red zone defense has been very impressive to me. The East has been in this area quite a few times during this second half.
So 2nd and 10, you're right, Luke. East has been in the red zone 3 times now here in the second half. They have not been able to capitalize so far. So we'll see if they're able to get a touchdown here. Excuse me, twice. This is their 3rd time now. So here we go. Cassandra Brown in the shotgun. She's looking to find her target there, but it does fall incomplete after being tipped by her receiver there, number 27, Alexis Lewis. The Cleveland to Cleveland connection does not work there. That's going to bring a 3rd down, and we do have a player down on the field.
No, yeah, like you said, try to hit Alexis there. Yeah, so a little bit of a fusion chemistry, but Lewis can't come down with that one.
And that's Brianna Gorell. She was a little slow to get up, and now she's signaling to just leave her alone. She wants to stay in this game right now, so we'll see what happens with Brianna Gorell. Good to see that she gets up so quickly after being down.
Yeah, no, that's always a great sign. Best thing you could see is that athlete telling you get off the field, I want to keep playing.
So 3rd down now. If you're the East, you have, I'm assuming, about a little less than 5 minutes left in this game. You've taken one of your timeouts already here in the second half. You have 2 remaining. You've got to score on this third down play here. I know you can get a first down, but you really, really want to try to find a way to get in the end zone here. Well, make this a one-possession game, so you have a chance to come back and tie this game before the end.
That's the issue. I mean, I'm not going to say switch Cassandra Brown out for Ayala now because, I mean, that's kind of the point of the Pro Bowl game. Get your other quarterback in to do a drive like this. It's the pressure, the scenario. But she has not been very successful throwing the ball deep. I would hope to see a few more short throws, especially here on third down. I hope they go for something a little shorter before they try to get that first down on the next play, because you know they're going for it.
3rd and 10, Cassandra Brown in at quarterback. They send number 27, Alexis Lewis, in motion here. This time, Brown's going to find her receiver, and she does catch the ball. They're going to flick it to Lewis there, and Lewis is going to get the first down and more before being knocked out of bounds inside the 5-yard line.
That was amazing.
Look at the replay here. So they send Alexis Lewis in motion, and then once she throws the ball to the other receiver there, you think, okay, this is over. But she does a great job there. That's number 88, Brianna Haynes from the Avengers.
Look at Brianna Haynes, too. You could just tell that she was ready to come on in and give that one to Ken Gabriel. I always wonder who counts as the run for that. Is it Brianna's yards or is it Ken's? I mean, that's what Avengers do. They help their teammates out.
Your stats are ruined, Luke. Your stats are ruined.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, who do I give this one to?
All right, here we go. 1st and goal now for the East here near the end of the game here, the 2019 Women's Hall of Fame game. Jordan Spurgeon, Luke Sutherland bringing you all the action along with San Diego Digital Imagery doing the live stream broadcast here. So Cassandra Brown, empty backfield. And they're going to get the direct snap to the fullback there in the backfield, but she is going to be brought down shy. So once again, they go for the fake empty backfield look and give it to the fullback on the direct snap.
Right. It's not something that the as powerful of a defense as this West one is. They're not going to be falling for stuff like that. You got to just go for the straight up football. You have the players. I mean, Satoria Bell, Brianna Haynes.
Here we go. 2nd and goal now. They're going to turn to the air. She gets pressure right away. She's going to throw the ball up. Trouble, and it does fall incomplete. Not the smartest throw there, but it does fall incomplete.
Threw that into traffic. We'll see what happens here on the flag, though. Could be in the East's favor.
So you see here on the replay, Cassandra Brown pressured immediately off the line. Missed block there. Pressure there by number 31, Brianna Gurrell, who we saw shaking up a little bit earlier. She seems to be fine now. Immediately makes her impact felt as she gets pressured.
Yeah, that's the best way to show you're healthy. Tackle the quarterback. And this line, it's...
So 1st down now for the East after the penalty. 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. This is the time to cash in. You want to do it on the 1st or 2nd play. You don't want to make it get to 3rd down and 1, 4th down and 1. You want to get it now. We'll see what they run here.
Especially with this line. They're coming in untouched a lot of plays. So, yeah, exactly. Score now. Don't give any opportunity to this defense.
And so we have a little bit of miscommunications here. We might have 12 on the field right now.
Yeah, it looked like it, the way that the East has their player walking off, taking her helmet off. Looks like she wasn't meant to be on the field for that one. And that
is killer.
Yeah, probably the worst thing that could happen right now if you're the East is losing those yards.
It's a mental lapse right there. Didn't understand she had to come off the field. Coaching staff not pleased, but that's now going to make 1st and goal from the 1-yard line to the 6-yard line for the East. And so looks like Gabriel's going to get the direct snap here in the backfield. A little bit of misdirection with the quarterback in, but she is met immediately by Brianna Gurrell, and she is forced back. We'll see where they mark her with the momentum. Brianna Gurrell and the rest of the line, great job there getting pressure on Ken Gabriel.
I mean, it's basically the entire West Hall of Fame team comes in and tackles Gabriel. They go for the snap that's worked, that direct snap, but here they come. Bunch of Falcons, a couple other players, and Gabriel, little frustration. The play was already over because of the forward progress.
But we have a face mask on the West, so that will be mitigated.
Oh, wow. So huge break for the West on the 12 men on the field penalty. And then the West just give them a gift right after. Here you go. How about you go right back to where you were?
So let's recap the last 3 plays. Penalty moves you from the 7 to the 1. Excuse me, from the 4 to the 1. Penalty moves you from the 1 to the 6. Penalty moves you from the 6 to the 1. To the 4. To the 4. From the 6 to the 4. So. And now we have a timeout.
Okay. I was worried we had another flag, but yes. Timeout here. The West using one of their timeouts. An interesting situation to use it, but they do need to talk this one over.
So we see here, this is where Brianna Garrell gets the pressure and the rest of the line does as well. But you're going to see the face mask here. Brianna Garrell gets her right there. Yep, she grabs the face mask.
Yeah,
clear
on.
as day. The refs did a good job calling that play.
So that very well could have been Ken Gabriel throwing that ball out of frustration from the face mask, too. Yeah.
So now we're going to have 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. This is the 3rd straight 1st and goal play now for the East. So we'll see if they can capitalize at this point. Penalties by both teams have not helped so far. So we're nearing the end of the 4th quarter here in the 2019 Women's Hall of Fame game. After the game, too, there's going to be a presentation of the Offensive Player of the Game, Defensive Player of the Game, and MVP.
I definitely know who my picks are, but yeah, let's see if the voters agree with me on this one.
So now 1st and goal for the East coming out of the timeout by the West. That was the West's 2nd timeout of the half. They have 1 remaining here. 28-14 game, West over the East here in the 2019 Women's Hall of Fame game. 1st and goal. Empty backfield look here for Cassandra Brown. We've got trips receivers on the near side. Watch out for Satoria Bell here in the slot position on the near side of the field. Looks like they're running a screen for Bell. They don't follow through with it, though, and it does fall incomplete. Pass intended to number 10, Ken Gabriel. So they go with the fake screen. They try to get to the running back. Does not work out.
Yeah, Ken Gabriel has been basically the entire offense of the East these last 2 quarters. Giving it to her, I don't see a problem with that, except the fact that the entire West team is expecting it right now, I feel like. I think that, yes, you want the ball in your best player's hands, but not at the sake of them knowing your play every time.
2nd and goal now from the 5-yard line. East looking to pound it into the end zone, trailing 28-14. Brown gets the snap, looks to the air. She's going to keep it for herself, doesn't like the reads. She tries to get into the end zone, and she's going to fall just short.
And an open receiver standing in the end zone. I'm surprised that Cassandra didn't make that throw. You look on the right side, and she's got a pretty open receiver over there.
Has her in the front of the end zone. Angie Wells there on the tackle on the run. So now 3rd and goal from about the 2-yard line. We'll see if the East can pound it in. Brown just decides to keep it herself. Has to bounce off the offensive line. Gets to the outside. Throws it with her left hand. Patrick Mahomes-esque, but it does not work out. Falls incomplete. And now she is down on the ground, and we do have a flag as well.
Looks like she took a tough hit. We see even the West. We see number 4 motioning over. That was Kayla Bruner that got the hit, and then immediately motions for the medical staff to go over there and look at Cassandra. So here's the hit that she took. There she is bouncing off the line. I thought maybe she should have tried to run it. She goes for the throw and just lands really awkward. That was really nothing that Kayla could have done to prevent that one. Tough injury, especially, as we've said, in the Hall of Fame game. You never want to see that.
So training staff there tending to Cassandra Brown. She's been playing football since she was 4 years old, so I'm sure she's no stranger to this. It's part of the game, but we do hope that everything is okay. We'll get an update when we can. Training staff still taking a look at her. She's on the ground right now.
I'm sure she's felt her bumps and bruises before, but yeah, let's hope that this is just another bruise. Yeah, nothing too serious. She's like I did say this. I like that Cassandra, that they're giving their final quarterback these reps. Honestly, I would even like to see Tanisha Hamlin come in for a little bit, see what happens, but. That play, I've kind of been encouraging her to throw. That one, I really think she should have went in and run it.
So resetting here, some of the highlights from this game so far. 2nd half, come in 21-14. The only score we've seen so far, the opening kickoff of the 2nd half, returned by Angie Wells for the West. That's what made it 28-14. In the 1st half, we had a few touchdowns there. Dina Guidry had 2 rushing touchdowns. And then for the East in the 1st half, their 2nd touchdown of the game that made it 14-14 at the time. So was by Satoria Bell, one of the best catches I've ever seen.
Oh, that was incredible. We've seen some pretty great catches. It wasn't for a touchdown, but that one-handed one by Dana Guidry. And then, of course, Satoria Bell manhandling the defenders. It's been a great day for – we've seen a little bit of everything. We've seen some interceptions, some sacks, some great catches, great runs. The thing, Cassandra Brown – now you have to figure out, are you going to be throwing more or are you going to be going to Ken Gabriel?
So she is still on the field, so we're going to take an injury timeout. We'll be right back once we get an update on what's going on. So this is Jordan Spurgeon, Luke Sutherland. It's going to be an injury timeout here for the 2019 Women's Hall of Fame game. All right, so we're back from that injury timeout. Cassandra Brown carried off by her teammates and the staff now, so hopefully everything is okay there. We'll look to get an update later on. So we wish Cassandra Brown the best for whatever is next for her. So we've got first
carried off by her
now.
teammates. Yeah, so right before the injury timeout, I was wondering what they decide to do here. We're about to find out. Danielle Ayala is in at quarterback.
And she's going to...
And they did it
Another
again.
fake, and they're going to get into the end zone there. I was waiting for the toss, but they give it to the fullback there. And she scores. That's going to make this game 28-20 now. All of a sudden, we're a point after attempt away from being a one-possession game.
That's right.
And that was Jamie Locke, the fullback, in on the touchdown for the East. It's now 28-21 after the fake toss that turns to a fullback keeper.
Second touchdown run after her second time having to leave the field. You cannot get Jamie Locke off of this football field. The other time I thought, okay, all-star game, second injury, maybe you'll sit. Nope, she wants that second touchdown. She's got this on lock.
So 28-20 here, and it looks like the East is going to go for two.
I like it.
They're going to go for the two-point conversion. They don't want to go for the tie here. They want to get the two-point conversion here, come down the field, score another touchdown. So we'll see if they get it here. So pass is going to be incomplete in the back of the end zone, intended to number 4, Satoria Bell. Pass from Danielle Ayala falls incomplete. So they do not get the two-point conversion. 28-20 game. Check out the replay of this touchdown.
Yeah,
They
way
kind of
over
hide.
the head.
They hide Jamie Locke there with the offensive line. She gets the snap, and they did a great job there. Danielle Ayala with the fake there.
Yeah, right. We just saw the touchdown, Jamie Locke getting in. It ended up working that time, but unfortunately the 2-point right above Satoria Bell's head. The good thing about that, I really like that because it either could have clinched you the win for this next one, or you're not in too big of a hole. You could still tie the game. So I really like the risk of that because it didn't keep, sometimes that 2-pointer is the difference between you being able to hit a touchdown and tie it versus, so you have to go for the extra point. But on this one, they could have win either way. They decided we'd rather win than potentially, because we can tie it now. We can still do it. 8 points, and
But
the East is back in
now
this.
Now you can't win the game at the end because I think the motivation here, you're in a Hall of Fame game. It's a Pro Bowl tie game. You don't want to go for a tie.
No
now all of a
overtime?
sudden, if they get the touchdown here, say they get the ball back on a 3-and-out. I don't know how much time is left because, well, there's no official game clock on the scoreboard, so we don't know exactly what the game plan is as far as time. I know there's not a lot left, so we'll see what they do here. But if they get the ball back and score and get a 2-point conversion, now we're looking at a 28-28 game. So it's still a one-possession game after not getting a 2-point conversion, but they can't go for the win if they do score again here in the fourth quarter.
Right. We would have to, go to overtime if the Hall of Fame game is willing to do so. But, yeah, I think that
So we do have a timeout on the field here.
interesting times that they call timeouts. Not really when the clock is running or anything. But, as far as the 2-point conversion, I think that they've been aggressive all night. I'm surprised they weren't going for 2 on the other touchdowns that they scored. So, yeah, to me, that was totally fine. I do understand where you're coming from, that now, had they kicked the extra point, then this next touchdown could be win or lose based off the 2 points. So now things are a little less interesting, but by no means...
Now it's lose or tie at this point for the East.
But by no means not interesting because the East...
If they come back, it's pretty remarkable because we were talking about it earlier. The second half, the offense is stalled. The defensive line for the West has done really good, so they come back and are able to score 2 touchdowns late in the fourth quarter. That's impressive for the East, so we'll see if they're able to do that here.
You're down 28-14. In a game like this where the other team, where your passing has really struggled too. So a lot of clock
a lot of things didn't go right, but you find a way to come back in this game and make it a one-possession game. So we'll see what happens here. The kick is going to be underway by the East. So that's Hartzog there, the kicker for the East. And a little bit of trickery here with the motion here. They're going to maybe go for an onside kick here with a twist.
They're trying to throw off the
I haven't really seen this before. This is new to us. And the onside kick is going to go out of bounds, so cannot be recovered. And it will be placed probably wherever it went out of bounds. So I'm assuming the 50-yard line here.
I like the idea of it. The execution just didn't work this time, but it's just, once again, incredibly aggressive. I'm not saying this in a bad way. They're being aggressive when they don't necessarily need to be, because they could have very well kicked it, tried to stop the West with a little bit of time left on the clock. But no, they're going to be as aggressive as possible. A chance to even get the ball there. It just didn't work out that time. So I was a fan of that. It didn't work, but it's one of those things where when it does work, you're the smartest coach in the world.
It's now 1st and 10 once the officials rule. The official spot of the ball will be 1st and 10 for the West now at the 50-yard line. And they are coming out in victory formation. I think they had to go for an onside kick there because, well, we don't know the official time, but I'm assuming now it's enough for them to take a knee and end this game.
Yeah.
As the winners for the 3rd straight year.
Good
West
point, Jordan.
Hall of Fame team.
Looked like that onside kick was kind of make or break. All this Gatorade, I thought they were giving a coach a shower down here, but no, they're just throwing out the extra water bottles. Yeah, like you said, 3rd straight win in the 3rd annual year for the West.
So, final score in this one, 28-20, comes down to a one-possession game at the end. And, well, hold on. There's still something going on here on the field, so the officials ruling something. I think they're going to have to snap the ball one more time.
So, yeah, my big standout player is, of course, Ken Gabriel of the Arlington Impact. Played for the East. She had only 8 carries, slowed down in the second half, but 68 yards. Another 40 receiving. So
100 yards from scrimmage for Ken Gabriel. It's an impressive performance.
Exactly.
From Ken
and her
Gabriel.
touches definitely diminished as the time went on. And then on the other side, Deanna Guidry, 9 carries for 61 yards, 2 touchdowns. She also had 40 yards receiving. So
she cracks the 100-yard mark too as well.
Another 100-yard receiver, or 100-yard total by both running backs. And, Louise Bean I was very impressed with. Did throw a touchdown to Liz Landry.
Now we got
Rachel
players
Woods.
kind of having fun there for the final snap of the game, jumping around on both sides. And so the West officially now crowned Hall of Fame champs here for the 3rd straight year.
We just need a couple more plays, but the West officially win this one, 28-20. The East definitely put up a fight there at the end. This was a competitive game beginning to end. I think every single player that showed up, everyone inducted in the Hall of Fame, everyone involved with this can be proud of what happened here today.
So the West did a great job. It's been a special week out here in Vegas for women's football.
Oh, yeah.
They had their ceremony yesterday. Some of the players made it out, some didn't. I know one player in particular, Nenji Martin, didn't make it out. She was coaching Sarah football in San Diego.
Yeah.
They played their state regionals yesterday. They did not come out victorious in that game, but I know they did a great job. They won their first CIF title this year.
Right, able to win the
so she wasn't
CIF,
able to make it out. I know some others didn't make it out as well. And some made it out to play today. Demetria Hardiman, she came out of retirement to come play in this game.
Awesome.
She was inducted in the Hall of Fame.
That's awesome. Michael Jordan-esque.
So that's always good to see. So once again, as the teams meet at midfield, just reading through the Hall of Fame 2019 inductees. That's what this game is all about, the 3rd annual Hall of Fame game here. Stacey Agee, Jane Brinkman, Elizabeth Dillow, Andra Douglas, M.D. Ferguson, Misty Findley, Rasan Gore, Kenyatta Grigsby, Deanna Guidry, who really balled out in this one, Demetria Hardiman, Chelly Hewitt, Lisa Horton, Cameron Marks, Nenji Martin, Tiffany Matthews, Jody Raylander, Emily Sundberg, Hiroko Suzuki, Christina Tella, Chanel Tillman Brooks, and the media honor went to B.J. Coletta. Once again, congrats to the 2019 Women's Football Hall of Fame inductees, and really congrats to everybody that's been putting in work trying to grow the brand of women's football, because it has grown a lot over the last few years.
Yeah, it really has. We were kind of talking about this on the side. Just our first year with the Rebellion, the play calling was very just basic. You're trying to figure out this new team. You're trying to get all these pieces involved. You don't want to get too crazy with the play calling. We see them evolve over the years to the very pro-looking offense that they had last year, and then to this, like, totally from the day one that we saw till now, the game has completely evolved for women's sports, and that's just what you want to see. Eventually, this league gets bigger and bigger. Eventually, they're probably on TV at some point, so to be paving the way like this is awesome.
There's so many talented female athletes here playing on the football field, whether they were originally football players or not, from track, volleyball, softball, rugby, whatever it was, and we're seeing them develop the football skills now. A lot of great players out there. Congrats again to all the Hall of Fame members, the new 2019 inductees.
Yeah, I think that's what's great, Jordan. These aren't just athletes that like football, want to come out here and learn football, play football with each other. No, these are legit athletes out here playing a sport. These girls have been playing football, like you said, basketball, track, rugby, excelling at it their entire lives. So you're seeing real athletes out on the field, not just groups of people coming together to play football, which is probably the most exciting thing about this, how far the game has evolved.
So you see they're down on the field, both teams coming together now, just celebrating this result here.
Yeah,
of the 2019 Hall of Fame game. Like we said, big steps forward now for women's football. Everybody that's been involved is doing a really good job promoting women's football. So far, we want to recognize Samantha Smith, president of the Utah Falcons and event organizer and general manager / team mom, which is like the best role in all of sports, by the way. Team mom is the most important role at any level. I don't care if you're I don't care what level. They're the most important thing.
Every team has one.
For both the East and the West. So she's done a great job really organizing everything, getting us out here, getting Brian Sweeney out here from Minnesota to call the game as the PA announcer for this game. So really getting people out here to support women's football and get this out there, I think is really important. So she's done a great job organizing all of that.
Total thing of teamwork. So we actually will have the our offensive, defensive player of the game and our MVP announced very soon. We have the list here.
So they're announcing it down on the field right now. Now they're coming together. So I think, since we haven't been given specific directions, we can announce that here on the broadcast. I know everybody's listening to this and watching this later. By the way, sorry we couldn't get it up. Apparently in high school, Facebook is something you shouldn't do.
I mean, these kids are doing something crazy on their Facebook. Yeah.
Moving on from that before we get too far into that. Offensive player of the game, A.J. Roby from the West. She plays for the Utah Falcons. A.J. Roby did a great job in this game.
Yeah, well deserved. Well deserved, absolutely.
Yeah, A.J. Roby for this team has done a really good job. Luke, I know you have a little bit of bio information on her, so we'll get to that in a minute. So the defensive player of the game,
so yeah, that was
Jasmine Brim. She is the defensive player of the game from the East. She plays for the Music City Misfits. And then the MVP comes as no surprise here for the West. Liz Landry from the Texas Elite Spartans had a few key kick returners in this game. She had a touchdown catch, and she locked down number 4 for the East, Satoria Bell, all night long, her and Angie Wells. So Liz Landry, the MVP of the 2019 Women's Hall of Fame game.
Yeah, definitely not her first MVP. We mentioned that before, former WFA MVP. She's played 9 years, works as an aircraft rescue firefighter, so just an all-around beast. A.J. Roby, another on the West. She is from California. She ended up in Utah because of an athletic scholarship. She's been playing football on and off for 10 years. And then, of course, for the East, we have Jasmine. She plays linebacker, number 0 for the Music City Misfits. The defensive player of the game as a rookie. This is her first year playing tackle football, organized tackle football. She is a coach in basketball, football, and baseball, though, anyway. So this is definitely not your typical rookie. She's already has plenty of experience doing this, and we see it right here. Jasmine Brim, congratulations, defensive player of the game. A.J. Roby, offensive player of the game. And, of course, Liz Landry, your MVP. My vote would have gone to the running backs, but I am not upset with Liz Landry getting the overall MVP vote because she was a threat in all 3 positions on the field. We were talking about how important special teams is. She had key returns there. She had that touchdown catch, and then she had some important deflections. So I have totally like that. Liz Landry as the MVP. AJ Ruby was an interesting one. You usually don't see an offensive lineman getting the offensive player of the game, but in a game like this, where Deanna Guidry ran the way she did, where Erica Meacham was so powerful at fullback, where Rachel Woods was able to get at least a couple run attempts off. Maybe it didn't work, but overall, I do think with the way the running succeeded this game, why not give it to the offensive tackle? They're the heart and soul of that success behind the running game.
It shows, like we said earlier, you win the games in the trenches. You have a defensive line, someone on the defensive line win defensive player. You have an offensive line win offensive player of the year. So for people to recognize that those are important positions, those are the reasons why this game turned out the way it did, I think that's really special, and it's really a positive thing moving forward for women's football. So those are some of the players to look out for. We had a great time here calling this game for you guys. Once again, Jordan Spurgeon, Luke Sutherland with San Diego Digital Imagery, Kristen Stoll, Peter Stoll. Great job today with the camera work and the graphics. That wraps up the game. The West win the third annual 2019 Women's Football Hall of Fame game, 28-20. It went down to an onside kick at the end. The West win.
Great game.
East still looking for their first one next year. I know they'll come back with a vengeance next year. It'll be a good one. So for for Luke Sutherland, for Kristen Stoll, for Peter Stoll, for everybody with the Women's Football Hall of Fame, I'm Jordan Spurgeon.
I'm Luke
Have
Sutherland.
a great night.
We'll see you next year.